An attack roll.
Saving throw.
Of what?
Con.
Might be hard to. What's your DC? 617?
17.
It might be hard to get a DC save con, especially at high levels.
Yeah, heals probably. We've got enough DPS from everyone else.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nice HP starting up the cam.
People at home, I did a speed test on my phone. I was getting like 2 megabits a second download.
Jeez, I haven't had really any issues.
Stop, man.
It was good. Nah, I liked it.
Okay, and we'll just run away from the party like that.
Bye.
Wait for him to get back and we'll get started.
Alright. I'm just working on
Yeah,
a little
that's
quick
like-
little thing here to
until
make the
it's all
sponsor
over,
thing
we
look
don't
a bit
have any
cooler.
new movies until like May.
Hey, mate.
Fucking Terry, click-clacking everywhere.
Clickety clack, roll for a tackety.
Alright, I'm
right.
gonna flick it over in
Second, roll
3,
for attack.
2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dungeons, Dragons and Doggos. Once again, it's our Tuesday night Tomb of Annihilation edition. We are the remote edition at the moment, so you might notice a bit of fuzziness, maybe a little bit of audio drops versus our normal quality streams, but we're trying to do our best for you guys while we are responsibly practicing social distancing laws and and principles. But before we kick off tonight, we're going to go through, just like always, our sponsors. So if we could pass over to, I guess we'll go with Sam the Dice Smith himself first once again, and let's see what he's got for us this week.
Dice Smith here, proud sponsor of Dungeons, Dragons and Doggos since day one. We've got some really cool products that are coming out, or what we have that are going to be on the website soon. So we have these awesome area of effect markers. So they're all color coded. You've got your 5-foot squares, your big cones, your 20-foot radius for all your fireballs. We've got them in the store, and we've got some pretty cool metal dice in the store. So all of these, they're white, they're chromatic, they're shiny. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's not focused, but yeah, we've got them. So yeah, head on over to our website, thedicesmith.square.site, and follow our socials, Facebook and Instagram, to keep up to date with all the new products. Check us out, and yeah, check out all our new products. Buy some stuff.
Awesome. So after the Dice Smith, I believe we have another sponsor that we've been working with for a while here that makes a wonderful app. Do you guys want to tell us about it?
Hey Terry, have you ever wanted a Toto Folk 8-bit character display for your campaign?
I'm sure if I had a turtle character, I would. I know you had a turtle character. I'm sure that would have been amazing for you.
Rest in peace. Well, I've got something really good for you today. So there's an app called Reroll. So you can get the app on the Apple Play Store, and basically what happened is, brand new release, you can actually have your 8-bit turtle characters right there, as well as also goblins and giant skin. This is actually just brand new, as plus a lot of extra ones as in creatures you can add. So what you can do is you actually upload your character onto this one here, and you actually can import it into Twitch streams, as well as also something for you to display to your friends. Go, hey, look, this is what it looks like. He talks about, you know, I've got this certain weapon, or I've got this animal with me, like the bugbears. It's really, really good. So I would suggest you go to reroll.co. It's on the Apple Play Store and also on the Google Play Store. Just get on it. It's really good, and thank you again.
Awesome. Beyond that, I'm sure we have some more sponsors. So how about you take it away, Mr. Paxador?
Our continuing partnership with Sirenscape.com is a fantastic DMs tool for creating quick atmosphere on the fly. You don't need to be worrying about trying to pick songs and skipping about ads in YouTube. With Sirenscape, you can just look to the side, you can type in a certain theme like Castle Ravenloft, you can click that and it'll start playing unique sounds with certain elements that'll play. They've got over 300 unique sound boards they've already crafted with 500 unique sounds behind that again, and you can actually make your own sounds if you subscribe to Sirenscape for $10 a month and become a Siren super Siren. And they've also got official licenses with Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Starfinder, so you'll find like Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, bloody Ghost of Saltmarsh. What's the other one I was looking at? Sorry. Starfinder. It's a fantastic app. I love using it. It makes my games real immersive because you just hit it and it's going. You don't have to worry about it. And highly recommend it. Sirenscape.com.
Awesome. And I believe we have one final sponsor, and we'll let Mr. Drask himself take over and let us know all about that one.
All right, so our next long-running sponsor of the campaign is, excuse my mic position there, is miniaturehub.com.au. Now, as you can see on the screen to my right, there is actually, this website is so immersive. They got some fantastic products you can get from there. Like have a look at this blue slide. Is that thing not just the scariest mother trucking frog-like looking thing you'd ever seen? That thing is so cool. Okay, it's not actually blue because you do get it, and it's unpainted. But if you paint an example, you're going to have it looking like this. And how sick does that thing look? I mean, you do not want to come up across that thing in your campaign. I don't want to come across that thing. Well, Drax probably does. Because yes, it is actually. It's nice. A blue slide from Nolzor's marvelous unpainted miniatures. So that one there, for instance, you guys, you can snap that up for $14.95. I mean, that is a fantastic price right there. I mean, or if you want to use Afterpay, I mean, look, $3.74 for every 2 weeks. I mean, that's cheaper than one coffee a week. You can go to Macca's, it costs you like $1 for a coffee. That's 2 coffees a week. You forego those, and you're going to get this awesome blue slide. There is 2 left in stock. I repeat, there is only 2 left in stock. So please jump up, see these guys, go to their website, check out this fantastic miniature finding tool right over there. I mean, how cool is that, right? You can go here, you can choose what material you want, plastic, resin. I mean, there are so many things to choose from there. You can go sex, race, class. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you an option of yes or no. It's only male or female, so do choose responsibly. And then you basically search. So let's say we want to get a nice looking Asimar here. We'll just keep it nice and simple. All right, we click Asimar, we click search, bang, look at this. We now have female Asimar Paladin 2-pack, male Asimar Fighter 2-pack. I mean, look at them all. There is so many. You can even get a pre-painted Asimar. Holy shit, that is fantastic. I didn't see that, guys, but I'm going to check that out. How awesome is that? $16. You just take it home, sit it on your bench, and you can start playing. Right? I mean, that is fantastic. The detail on that's actually pretty good. I mean, you know, I hear that Paxidor is a pretty good painter, but whew, look at that, man. Whew, that is amazing. Right?
Far than anything I could vomit up.
Unfortunately, I mean, this is a pretty sought after website, and you need to jump on it quick because that is sold out. But I mean, if you want things like that and they haven't got it, you just hit notify me. They'll get it in for you, man. These guys are an Australian-based company, and you know, with all the crap that we're going through, I mean, you know, you want to support as many people as many small businesses like this as you can. So please jump on miniaturehub.com.au, use the code Doggos. All right, so when you flick over to this card over here, you get in there. Okay, I haven't bought anything yet, so that's not going to work. But you punch in Doggos, you're going to save yourself 10% on that, all right? That's a special offer. You're only going to get that through us. All right, so to say thank you, please buy some stuff with these people and tell them that we sent you. Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right. So, without further ado, we are going to dive straight back into the campaign. And just for reminders of where we were at last week, before we sort of headed off, we were currently coming out of the underground temple with the night serpents, so the Fane of the Night Serpent. There was there was sort of a lot going on down there, people trying to revive hidden gods, there was a power struggle, a few other things. You guys managed to grab yourself a staff, you managed to get out the front door, and you had just walked to the top of the ramp, back out to Omu.
With that dinosaur.
Yep, with that dinosaur.
With Ivan's D.
With the dinosaur. And
What time of day is it?
and you walked out the front of the you got out the front of the basically of the temple, and you're currently inside that lost city of Omu, and you were about to decide what you would like to do. So that would be up to you guys now, and I will hand it over to you guys.
So are we getting like the Vegas moment where we step outside, it's like really bright and it really hurts our eyes?
You bet. You bet. You've been underground for probably 3 or 4 days at this stage with limited sleep, so this is probably going to be quite confronting to you, seeing the bright sky of Omu above you.
What time of day is it?
On someone's sleep.
It's about midday at the moment.
Midday.
Yep.
Guys, should we make our way over to the amphitheater?
I don't even know
Probably a good idea. Probably. a good
Recoup, rest, and head on in.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Let's do that.
Okay. That'd be fantastic. I mean, it's so bright out here. I mean, we really need to, definitely find somewhere to get out of this sun. I mean, there's only so much this hat can do, so it's like, alright.
What does that even say?
It's Doggos.
Says hardcore, you flog.
But seriously, guys.
Pain.
Oh, we need. It's not a sponsor. But if you need batteries.
Can we,
Anyway,
I'm gonna move my character away from the party.
can we remember that?
Run away.
Remember when we first went to the amphitheater, we went kind of round like the top part of the cliffside and kind of avoided most of the houses.
Yep.
Yes.
Can we go
No.
that way again? Back to the amphitheater?
Sure.
Yeah, you could. As in,
This way?
hang on. Let me see which way you went. Because looking at the map itself, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll flick the player version of the map into Discord so you guys can see it.
Well, that'd be a good idea.
Just because that one we don't have set up on Astral, but
Oh, unfortunately,
There you
we're a bit slack on that, but you know, I can do it.
yeah, there you go. It's in Discord, the player one. So you guys have currently come out in the middle of that circle, basically on the right.
Yeah. Oh, we swam across last time.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
No, we
so-
went to the far right and then we came across. That's where we had the people attack from above that I wasn't there for.
And the rocks got dropped on us.
Yep.
Wait, so where did we come out? Sorry. Oh, the.
So basically, see where there's that big circle on the city, and there's a little circle in the middle of it. You're coming out just to the north of that, near the water.
Oh man.
Okay, cool,
Right
cool.
in the right center.
Oh,
Yep.
that's sort of where we had Jurassic try and run away from it.
Yes, just there, sort of towards where they came out the first time. But you guys have now come out of there
My hopes is that
after causing a bit of a ruckus downstairs. Now you did leave pretty fast, and I would probably advise you to move forward a little bit quickly, considering you may have pissed off some people in the
moved
temple.
already towards where we need to go.
That's not a way. You need to tell me which way you're going.
I'm doing all the thing.
Wait, you're not even on the right map.
We're not there yet, bro.
Wrong map.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad, fam.
Being that when we were in this area last time, there was a whole bunch of Yuan-Ti shooting at us. Looking about, do we see any Yuan-Ti in the immediate area?
From what you can tell, the loudness of Drask making noises with his shield has alerted them all to be downstairs trying to defend the place, and they haven't yet realised that you guys have hiked it out the front yet. So you've probably got a little bit of distance ahead of them.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to hold on tightly to Dendar, and and I'd like to whisper to Dendar, and I'd like to say, let's go, mush, and I'll kick Dendar in the side of the thing. Let's go.
Well,
So
we're
you-
going. Oh, okay, we're going.
Alright, I'll follow Drask.
Alright, so
Hold on, let me help you guys. There's water in front of us.
Yep.
I'm gonna cut. No, I don't even need to touch everyone. I'm gonna cast Water Walk on everybody.
Hey,
And
nice.
Walk across the wall.
Oh, that's nice.
cool. So as you get water walked, you basically moving at normal speed as you go across. It takes you probably two or 3 minutes to sort of get out the front gate and round and sort of in between the first set of buildings that's right in front of the gate hole.
The gate hole.
The gate hole.
My favorite of the holes.
Yeah. So heading out that way, you guys are just going that way and then heading left and going back onto the dry land. Is that what you're planning?
I'm gonna be like
I'm
continuously looking out for danger and also looking out for the king.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Makes sense. What's your passive perception?
Pretty high. 15.
15. All right. So Pax is on the lookout. Everyone else just.
But I'm
following
like
along.
actively looking. I'm not passively looking.
So,
Yeah, but you can't look in more
So
than one
like
direction at a
from
time.
bloody Emperor's new clothes.
Yeah, but like passive looking would be like just on the car, just kind of chill and do whatever, but actively like swiveling me fucking head like a bird.
Just say you're
Yeah.
doing Legolas.
Well, in that case, then roll a perception check.
Watch me get a 12.
One.
yeah, can I also be keeping a lookout for the King of Feathers? Being I know he's sort of
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
up the top.
17.
Yeah, it's better than me. 12.
While I'm walking, I'm going to be like focusing on the staff that I have now.
Okay. So as you sort of head on up through the water and up onto the drier land, which I'm imagining is sort of just south of that long red roofed building near the water. Yep. So you're heading in through there and you're coming up to that sort of small stone walkway part that's sort of raised above where you are. As you approach that, you start to notice in the distance you can hear some louder footsteps that are in the amphitheater area that from your past you can assume would be probably related to the King of Feathers.
There he goes. What's that sound?
Sounds
the feathers.
Like a big dinosaur.
Yeah, we did have an agreement with him. That
I'm pretty sure that's passed by now.
That ended.
Yeah, that's
I
he's
wasn't there,
probably not
was I?
going to be happy. He's probably not going to be happy to see us.
We might need to pick up the pace, guys, or try and find a way around.
Well, can't animal, dimension door us somewhere?
No, one at a time. I don't have enough slots left to get you all there.
What about if you distract the King of Feathers? He charges at you, then you dimension into the building.
Sounds like a plan. I'm happy for that. I'm always happy to sacrifice myself.
I'm pretty
good
sure
idea.
I can help you out.
Well, let's get over there first.
All right. So which way are you guys planning on going? What do you?
So
We're
where are we
at the
currently at the
walkway,
moment?
yeah?
You're currently. You see the red building that is just near the sort of the higher walkway. That's kind of like the highway thing that we talked about earlier. But
The one,
smaller
the broken one? Yeah?
Yeah, the smaller walkway. Yeah, you're basically right next to that in the red building right now in that little slot.
Metal slot. Ah, gotcha.
You're talking about the big long red building with the domed roof, like the curved roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's closer to the north. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that big one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you're right next to that right now. Yeah, figure out what you guys want to do.
So how are we going to get over this thing? I mean, there doesn't seem to
can we
be
not
any...
just walk around?
Yeah, but it's...
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah, that's true. If we already head... So we're going to head towards the walls? I mean,
Yeah.
like the sides of that cliff, and then sort
Yeah,
of make our way
I don't-
around that?
I don't see why not. Like, it's seems like to be the only way around.
Because you want to head sort of north from here. Is that what you're planning?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And where did we hear that sound from? That was coming from the amphitheater.
That was closer to the amphitheater. Yeah.
Okay. I have an idea, guys. Now, now, animal, you can
Yeah.
you can make that that door thing where you like move really quickly, can't you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Easy.
Well, how about this? So how far can you go with that?
Pretty far.
All right. So if I ran down all the way to the water's edge,
Yeah.
right, with on top of Dendar here, and you come with me, and then
Yeah.
I make a loud scream on that spot
Yeah.
there, and then I just start running with Dendar all the way up, and then you stay there until you see the King of Feathers come close, and then you can dimension door out of there. That way we make sure the King of Feathers goes away from where we want to go.
Yeah, it's easy
But
enough.
Doesn't that door only have a certain range that you can do it within? Like maybe a kilometer or something?
I can do pretty far. I reckon I can get pretty close to the amphitheater from here.
Okay, that works then.
What? It's 200 feet, I guess you could go.
Five,
Isn't it?
500
500
feet.
feet. Yeah.
So I could pretty easily get to the amphitheater.
If I'm sitting on the back of Dendar will fit down the side of those buildings and the walkway.
Yes. Then that'll fit. Yeah.
Okay, now if I'm sitting on the back of him, how close am I to the top of the walkway?
So that walkway itself, I believe we said was 10 foot tall. So he would be fully grown now. So he's probably around 6 to 8 foot, sort of
Okay.
standing on all fours. You on top of him is like half your body height. So you'd probably
Another 3
have a
foot.
head just above it. Yeah, you'd be able to
Awesome.
see just over it.
Awesome. All right. This can work really well because we can put you on top of the thing there, on top of that walkway, and then that King of Feathers can see you easily, and you'll know that you're making the sound.
Yeah, sure, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Animal, come over here. And I cast Death Ward on Animal. So for 8 hours, if you fall to 0 hit points, you come back to 1 hit point.
Sweet.
Kind of like Rentless Endurance.
Yep. And that's as many times in 8 hours or once in 8 hours?
Once in 8 hours.
Once in 8 hours, yep. Sweet.
All right. Okay, so if you guys wait for the signal, you'll know what it is.
Oh god. So should we stealthily get as close as possible?
Yeah. If you guys
yeah.
want.
Mm.
Otherwise, he's not going to know. All right, Animal, you come with me.
Alright, let's go.
I'll bring him.
So
on
you
the
guys,
back of-
so you guys are going down like
Yeah.
south to the bottom of that path. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's pretty much just about where it hits the water.
Yeah, where it breaks, where like the bit breaks to the.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I'll jump on the top of Ivan's D and
It's been a
ride
while.
it all the way down.
Right over the sea. Okay.
Slide down the
All right, so you guys head down that way, and the rest of you, are you heading north, or where are you heading?
Stealthily.
All right, give me some stealth checks. For everyone going north, give me some stealth checks.
I cast Bardic Inspiration before I leave.
Hey.
Nat 20.
Nice.
So 23.
You'll get a D8, a D10, I think.
Oof.
What's that for?
I cast Bardic Inspiration on all. How many over there are you heading down? 3 or 4?
23 on stealth.
Yeah, so you all get an extra D10.
I'll hold on to that. How long's that last? 10 minutes?
It's for 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what did you get? Sorry, the Jacobs. Which one?
23.
23. And other Jacob.
Sorry.
What is your roll?
Was it for stealth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mod 20.
Mod 20. Okay, cool. So you guys being relatively adept at knowing your way around in this place, you managed to stay quite hidden on your way to the north, and you head along upwards to we'll say to the top of that that walkway. So like up to the if you went all the way closest to the cliffs you could get, you're at the end of that little walkway that you were next to.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. And during that time, we had Animal, Drask, and Ivan's D went down to the southern end of that walkway. So now you're there. What would you guys like to do?
Okay.
So what's the plan, Drask?
Animal, hop off Dendar and hop onto the walkway.
Okay, so I'll stand up on the back of Dendar and I jump onto the top of the walkway.
Alright, and then I look up towards him and I'm like, okay, now, what you gotta do? You gotta face the amphitheater.
Yep.
Okay? Now, when this guy gets close, alright, you gotta make sure you get the fuck out of there. Because otherwise,
Done.
his shit hurts. Alright.
Alright, too easy.
And I sort of crack my neck, rub my throat a little bit, and... King of Feathers!
Oh,
you
God.
bloody pussy! You can't catch me, motherfucker!
That's why I moved the headphones. I'm like, I'm ready for this.
So as you do that with your extremely loud booming voice that came from using that special shield that we gave you earlier, that was 100 times louder than your normal scream, and that noise could be heard not only in Omu but probably about 2 kilometers away from where you're standing as well.
Oh God!
I am Drask, hear me roar.
As you do that giant roar, you see around the outskirts of Omu, you see birds flying up from the sort of the jungle, and like they fly up into the air, obviously scared of the noise. And you also see a bunch. If you can see close enough to the edges, you see a bunch of the gargoyles start to go up into the air and start to swarm above you.
As soon as I yelled it out, I want to lay down on Dendar's back. And then just start telling him to sprint to the north.
All right, because you don't have animal talking up anymore, do you?
I can cast it at will.
Okay, all right. So, are you going to tell him that, or are you just going to like whack him or something?
Yes, I'm going to cast and say, all right, Dendar, we have to go quick to the north.
All right. So Dendar starts picking up and running to the north at quite a speed. You're going to need to give me an animal handling check to stay holding on to such a fast animal.
Can he hold on to Ivan's D?
15.
So Ivan's D isn't as slippery as it seems. And you managed to hold on to Ivan's D, and you head to the north, and within about a minute you manage to make it up to where the rest of the party is gathered stealthily, but you've kind of come up there in a bit of a sort of huff. Luckily for you, there's nothing in close proximity that can see you. Besides, above you, there are still some gargoyles that are flying overhead, watching very closely what you're up to.
Okay.
Can we see if King of Feathers has made a way over there at all? Like, can we hear him moving, or?
Give me a nature check to see if you can feel the vibrations in the ground.
Sounds like McChrystal's first character.
Yeah. You would be able to feel this guy. Like, he's like 50 foot tall. He does make shit move.
So nature.
Yeah.
That's only a 12.
At 12. So, based on what you're feeling around you, underfoot, you were feeling pretty much like a grassy, semi-rocky little area. But you do notice that there are some slight vibrations underfoot, and you see some of the smaller stones moving around, like a small earthquake around you. So you can assume that that's probably being caused by a large movement of a large animal.
Traveling away from us or closer?
It seems to be traveling towards the small pathway that you guys are at the north of, but not towards you guys. It seems to be traveling to the pathway to try and walk south, like if that makes any sense. It's
Okay.
traveling diagonally.
I'm going to cast my invisibility feature, which gives me 7 seconds of invisibility, and I'm just going to start running towards the amphitheater.
Okay.
Me
Alright.
not knowing where the amphitheater is, because I've never been here before.
Now, which way are you going to go to the amphitheater, by the way? Because, like, looking at a map, there's a few different ways to travel that way. He is probably in one of those ways, depending on which way you've chosen.
The stealthiest way possible.
The stealthiest way possible.
Yep.
That is
We're
certainly
we're
not
going to the amphitheater.
That's definitely vague.
Okay, so if you're right at the top of that, do you want to keep following around via the sort of the rock wall, or do you just want to go through these buildings towards the amphitheater? What are you thinking? That's basically what I'm asking. Through the buildings or around the outside?
Through the buildings.
Through the buildings? All right.
Sorry, HB, I don't have the Twitch stream up because I want to make sure I can actually talk to you guys. Are we in the middle lane? So where like the big right one is near the waters?
It's on Discord that shows you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the map, but
Yeah. We're in the middle lane, the one that's like sort of broken up that goes through the water.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So you guys are at the top. You're at the northmost point of that,
Yeah. So
and Sam's at the southmost point of that, and Chris has just run up to you. Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna run in between like the buildings there and just kind of make my way west.
Yep. So you're heading west. All right. Cool. So you've headed off in the direction you think Pax went, being that he went invisible. Yep.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so heading off in that direction,
What's
you can still hear those rumblings. As you
Yeah,
go
every
through the
Tuesday.
buildings, you at
up?
first you sort of hear them to your sort of southwest,
we're not
and then it
there,
sort
we're
of
online
starts to
doing
feel like those rumblings are more to the south of you as you get sort of to the middle of those
Oh,
buildings.
okay.
As you get to that next
Yeah,
big
Jazzy's
pathway,
here. She's at the back. No, she's
you
not
feel
playing.
like they're almost to the southeast of you,
Yeah,
like the
okay,
whatever the
like-
noise has sort of passed by.
It's all going away. Alright,
Yeah.
cool. Keep heading towards the amphitheater.
Can we
Obviously,
see
after
the
this.
amphitheater from here, or is it like we see the highway?
That highway thing is about 10 feet tall, so unless you can see higher than that, you're not going to be able to see it from there, but you could assume it's probably on the side if everyone's following along. With Animal, you would now see coming down that pathway directly towards you is this 50-foot tall Tyrannosaurus Rex running directly in your direction where it heard the sound.
I'm gonna start jumping up and down and waving. I'm like, over here, faggot.
Flare.
Got him.
Flare.
Go here.
Okay.
This time's based on movement.
so you're trying to distract the
Yeah.
you're trying to distract the dinosaur. Cool.
Yeah,
Give me
and I'm gonna
performance check.
Sweet, proficient. Performance.
Yeah, performance.
Sweet.
I like how Sam's camera angle.
mod
shows
20.
Well, 20, cool. So you make a pretty convincing distraction, and he continues running towards you, and you see him sort of start as he sort of leans forward to pick up speed. You just see his jaws open. He starts roaring towards you. He's now about 50 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Dimension Door ready. So as soon as he gets around me, I'm just gonna be like, goodbye.
Cool. So he makes his way up to you, and where are you dimension dooring to?
To the amphitheater, or I suppose 500 feet. I'm gonna. Oh shit! I closed my screen.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and dimension door to the open area just south of the
Amphitheater.
that big open area.
Yep, cool.
Because I've been in the amphitheater before, so I know there's a big open area there.
Yep.
And I can.
Cool.
I'm gonna judge that I can probably make it that far.
So as you sort of see him getting closer and closer, he's under 20 feet away, and you just snap your fingers, you disappear, and you reappear just near the amphitheater.
And I'm gonna piss bolts straight to around the back of the amphitheater through the open door. I know that's there.
Cool. So as you do that, you would have started to probably notice that the rest of the party isn't there yet. So we're going to check in with what they're up to. So you guys are currently just before that next highway thing. Are you guys going to climb over that? You're going to walk around it because the staircase forward is basically to the south of where you would be right now if you're walking directly through the building.
We'll sort of go around it.
So the topmost section.
Yeah, towards the wall.
Okay, sure.
Crater or whatever.
So round that weird little huge planter box thing. Yep.
Yeah, the rock wall. Head right that way.
How high was it? Sorry.
10 feet.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
How high can you jump?
You could probably make the jump, but you'd have to pull yourself up with a strength check.
5 feet. It's 5 feet for every strength modifier halved.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate Spider Climb, one of my spells.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run up and jump and get on it, and then just pull myself up. So since I
Yep.
automatically stick.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah. You just get straight up. Yep.
I get up there and I just run across. And what I do, I have a quick turn around just to see if I can see the whatever's yelling at me.
Yep. So looking around behind you, if you're looking down in the in the direction where you guys would have not where you come from, but where you remember Animal would have come from. You're looking east, yeah. So behind you, there's nothing directly east, but to the southeast, you can see a large Tyrannosaurus Rex pacing up and down the other walkway.
And I'm gonna get to the other end, and then I'm going to face towards the east end.
Yeah.
And then I'm basically like gonna
crawl back down.
Like roll the rope one. You know how this like roll back down.
Yeah,
And
that's
then I'm
fine.
basically just gonna run towards the amphitheater.
Cool. I imagine that Pax being invisible. How did you handle this? Did you go over, around? What did you do?
Around.
Around.
And my invisibility only lasts for 7 seconds.
Okay, cool. So you probably would have been out of invisibility now anyway.
Yeah.
And you'd see Demi just ahead of you as you round that corner, running towards the amphitheater.
Yep. This way, Debbie.
Now.
I'll follow around the north as well with.
Yep.
Data.
Yeah, cool. So you guys managed to get around, and I'm guessing you're going in that larger door at the back of the amphitheater where you were before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't recall where it is. So
Yeah.
That's why
You're just running, and people are behind you, so they could potentially yell
okay,
out to
cool.
you.
'Cause you guys went all the way up north, right? Because I went directly across.
Yeah, so
No,
you'd be ahead of them for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm heading directly towards the middle. Like, I'm basically heading towards the amphitheater, and then I'm trying to climb up the stairs.
Okay.
'Cause,
Now
like, I don't know
that bottom stair, as you approach it, is 10 feet off the ground as well. So you'd have to climb up that, and then you could start going up the stairs.
Like, oh fuck! I'm just trying to climb.
All right, so you head up the stairs. Everyone else, I'd say that you made it round behind safely, and you've gone into the back door
Awesome.
of the amphitheater.
Go.
I want to slide in there. Baseball slide.
Where aren't we going to the gate?
No, we need to rest up.
Oh,
Get our spells back.
that's probably not a bad idea.
Probably do it somewhere safe, you know.
Good thinking.
Is there a door in here? Or, guys, where is everyone?
I lead them down into like the main chamber where like my coffin is and Bob's coffin.
You gonna have a rest there?
Yeah, we'll go down, have a nap, have a dad nap.
I'm already sitting there chilling, feet up. Got to be going, hey, where you guys been, man?
Thank God, Animal. You survived.
Of course, always survive.
Okay, so are you guys going for a long rest here or a short rest?
A longie?
Yeah.
What time is the day? Is it just after midday?
It's midday. Well, I'd say now it's probably been a half an hour since you left out of the place, so let's say midday. Let's say 12:30.
Can we do like long rest till dawn, like downtime and long rest, as opposed to just 8 hours from now?
Yeah, you could. Yep.
If
I'm
the
open
rest,
for
if
that.
the rest parties wants to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
No
I
point
need
getting
my
up at
spells.
midnight. Like,
Yep. So what we'll do is we'll kick off your long rest now, so you can start studying and things like that, and looking around at some stuff that you've already got. During that time, you will have leveled up to level 11, based on your explorations so far.
I'm gonna spend my time attuning to that flame tongue longsword.
Yep. Cool. So that will be attuned after you finish this long rest, so that's fine.
Sweet.
You go.
I'm eventually going to get inside to find the entrance. Then I'll join
Yeah. So you would have come in at the top, and you would have walked in through the sort of the gate queue of the MCG, walked through, and you would have been able to look down.
No, dude.
No, he was ahead of you, man. Yeah, because he went over the thing, you went around it, so you would have just beaten you there.
The tough mother. You went around. I went over.
Yeah, he's gone the wrong way. You ended up beating him to the place you wanted to go, but he beat you to the amphitheater to start with, so you went the wrong way on the
Slow
amphitheater.
Joe.
Yeah, because I didn't know where the entrance was.
Yeah.
During my rest, I'm going to tune to the staff that I have.
Cool.
I'm going to spend my time working on this on storing spells in item, and I'm going to. What am I going to do? Which one am I going to put? Into my dagger.
Yep.
I'm going to put. What's spell? I'm going to put in invisibility.
Invisibility?
Working on casting invisibility into my dagger to give me the ability to cast it.
Sure, sounds good.
You need to put like a touch spell into throwing knives. That's what you really need.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I don't really have a whole lot of touch spells, but I'm gonna do that anyway.
Awesome. So,
Cool.
so you guys go throughout the rest of the afternoon, and the night goes by. As the night rolls around, and you hear out in the distance, you hear more sort of groaning death noises than you've ever heard before. You no longer hear the bell off at the city where you've been, because that would have been in the tomb itself, and they're no longer really calling new people home, as Drask's booming voice kind of already made that happen the night before. And you notice that there's something a little bit more eerie as this night rolls around. So a fog starts to cover the city. You can see it kind of drifting in through the open doorways and archways of the amphitheater itself, and it's about normal temperature, a bit hazy, a bit of jungle sort of temperature going on, but the actual atmosphere itself just feels a little bit creepier.
I'm going to close the door to the room we're in, and I'm going to try and board it up.
Okay.
With whatever I can find, heavy objects.
All right. Yeah. Give me an intelligence check to try and find some things that look heavy enough around the room. Board it up.
13.
Cool. And you can give me a survival check to try and make that boarding happen.
13 again.
Cool. So you manage to start boarding up all the sort of doorways around you. You do inhale a bit of the fog on the way through. Fortunately, it has no effect on you. It's just sort of standard fog, it does feel a little bit eerie while you're looking outside as you're boarding it up, and you can see on the outside. This is not something that you'd walk around in on your own.
Yep. Guys, I think we should avoid the fog. I think we just stay in here, bunker down for the night, and
Okay.
yeah, just stay here. Safer, I reckon.
Alright. That's right, I'm working on anything anyway.
Drask is trying not to speak because he doesn't want to make it too loud.
So further through the night, you hear some noises outside. They're not close. They feel like they might be 200 to 300 feet away from you. But you hear sort of a bunch of sort of hammers, you hear some digging, you hear some yelling in tongues you've never heard before, almost, well, you might have heard it. It sounds almost demonic in sort of the way that it's that it's sort of going by. It's in a demonic language that seems kind of ancient. One that is sort of it sounds like it's almost commanding different actions to happen to, and you can hear a bunch of workers out there with this voice, with their hammers and their chisels, and you hear some groans as there's things being lifted, but you can't make out what it is given that you board up the doors and you can't see outside. But you can imagine it's about 200 feet away.
Alright.
Hey, you guys hear
What the
that?
fuck was that?
Yeah, I can hear it. I think it's good that we're staying in here. We're a bit hidden.
Yeah, out there's the last place I want to be.
Is there like a little hole that I can maybe see outside, or is it all boarded up?
You're welcome to try and pull some of the boarding off and have a look. I'm not going to stop you doing whatever you want to do. It's just up to you guys if that's a good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Dress, shut up. Why are you talking so loudly for? My ears. Fuck's sake.
Get rid of the shield already.
Use your inside voice, man. I think we don't go outside. I had a look at that fog when I was boarding up the door, and it doesn't look like normal fog.
Maybe it's a.
What do you mean it doesn't look like normal fog?
Well, it's just, I don't know, something strange about it. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but normal fog's just fog, but this seemed to have something different about it. Something, I don't know. Yeah,
Just avoid it.
something odd. Yeah, I think it's just safe that we avoid it
Well,
rather than risking going out there.
we should possibly maybe do 2 at a watch then.
Hey,
should
yeah, we can
possibly
do
maybe
1
do
on watch
2
or
at-
2 on watch. We're pretty safe in here, I reckon, unless someone tries to get in, but...
Given
I
that
think
it's
one-
like an extra long rest as well, like even if something distracts you here, I'd say that you've probably already had your full rest by now. You're just sort of waiting out the night now.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
But then let's make sure we get our sleep then.
All right. So the night continues on. It goes by. You stop hearing the sounds out there that like a construction is going on. You stop hearing the yelling, and the morning starts to come, and you start seeing bits of glistening light coming through the boards that were boarded up. You see light on the outside, being daylight, and as that sort of comes through, you notice that it's not really sending any sort of fog through it. You can see sort of the morning glow coming through on those little cracks.
I slowly start unboarding it, like board by board and object by object, and just like
Peeking out.
moving one and checking it, and then just like moving a bit more and to open up a bit more and checking it,
It's months.
not rather than taking it all off and then
Yep.
we're shit out of luck.
So as you do that, you look outside, and the city of Omu that you can see on the outside, from what you can tell from the current location you're looking out of, because you can't see that much unless you're looking everywhere. It looks like the morning is one of the most beautiful mornings you've seen so far during your time on Chult. The grass is glistening, the flowers are blooming. Some of the buildings even look like they have been done a bit of work overnight, and that they've
Insight check on
started
DM.
I was just about to say insight check.
and they've
I'm
started.
like, I call
and
bullshit.
they've started to look almost like it's not as dark and dank as it has been inside Omu the whole time.
I just want to do a quick Eyes of the Grave and see if I can detect any undead within 60.
Okay, so as you cast Eyes of the Grave, looking around you, you get a few hits that there are some undead like creatures on the outside of the amphitheater. You get some hits from some of the buildings that you walked through on your way back in here, along with some to the south. From what you can tell, there's about 5 hits you can comfortably say are pretty likely to be undead.
Hey guys, there's undead around. Like,
Yeah, I know.
A lot?
pretty close. Like 5.
Oh,
So,
that's not too bad. Probably
not
take
much,
them
but
down.
they're still around.
Knowing that Chult sucks and Omu's a shit show, would I be trusting of this fantastic weather?
Would any of us be?
Yeah, give me an insight check. Give me an insight check.
Insight check.
Insight checking the weather.
7.
Yeah, the insight check sounds fine. I mean, it's not a nature check really, because it's technically what you're seeing. So
Yeah. I'm like, I've been on Chult for bloody months. and Never
Technically.
been this good.
yeah,
Guys,
okay.
This looks like the most beautiful morning I've ever seen in this whole entire place since I've been here for the last.
I don't trust it. This island sucks. It's
Yeah.
never been
Alright,
good.
let's tread carefully and head to the door.
Alright.
Undead in the area. It's a.
There's undead in the area. We had that unusual fog. The weather is great today. We had building or something last night. Something's not adding up, man.
I've got the staff. I don't even know what it does yet.
You've got a staff that also doesn't add up. Like, what is
So-
that?
I
Yeah.
flicked the staff
When you
forward.
when you woke up, you had a pretty good understanding of what your staff
Yeah,
could
so
can
I
start to
flicked
do.
the staff forward as part of its unruly condition to the front of the amphitheater, and what happened?
So as you flick it to the front of the amphitheater,
You die.
you start to notice a floating hammer, a floating saw, and a floating tool belt start walking its way into the middle of the,
What
or
the
sort of
fuck?
floating their way into the front of the amphitheater. So in front of the amphitheater, you see them sort of floating. Now, As that happens, you notice them head off to the side and pick up a tree that's just currently been fallen near. That's the King of Feathers knocked down, and you see the saw in midair going to work, magically chopping out bits of wood.
So this is how Bob built all the buildings.
Must have been.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
And you see, as that happens, you see it start moving around, and it works pretty quickly, and starts building what seems to be the base of a sort of a smaller one-story building. Let's say this is sort of a 10 by 10 sort of looking little hut that it starts to build up.
Now, do the noises we hear from this building sound similar to what we heard last night, or are they slightly?
These noises sound quite similar to what you heard last night, but you heard them further away.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming that the reason why they needed the staff was to maybe build a temple to bring back that night serpent. So guess we got it now. So
That's one of my best friend's stuff you're holding there.
it's pretty cool. I like it.
Well, we're gonna need it to open the door.
Well, I'll
That
hold on
explains
to
how
it.
Omu got built.
Only wizard here.
Let's head to the door.
Yep, I agree.
Let's not waste too much time.
All right. So as you step out of the amphitheater and move your way around, we're gonna. I'm just assuming you're going around the north side, past the side of the cliffs again. Is that where?
Yeah.
Avoiding the pings that I detected earlier.
And I'm
Okay.
leaving
Yeah.
Dendar inside.
Okay, sure.
Stable area.
You're not taking her with us?
Yep, makes sense. Makes like that's a good place to leave him. There's plenty of hay there. He will survive during the time that you've
Hey
left.
Jacob, you know, like with your ping, you always have a ping to your left. That's me.
You sure we don't need the extra help with Dendar?
Well, I don't know if we're going into a tomb. I mean, they're not
She may
usually
be too
big.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's a
Probably.
good point.
Might be a bit of a struggle.
That's
Oh,
fair.
well, if we get to a small area, I can always shrink it down and bring it with us.
It's a
But
waste
then-
of spells.
What happens when she gets bigger?
Well, hopefully she gets bigger in a big enough room.
Have you seen the size of her though? She's quite large.
No, I think it's a fair point leaving her behind.
Yeah,
Pax, how long is your ping? Does your ping thing last?
It lasts for 7 seconds.
Okay, cool. So it'd be off by now.
Yeah, but I can ping it again.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just
I'm gonna
wondering
ping
in
it
case.
again.
I was just wondering in case.
Again
I
and
could
again and
ask
again
where
and
things
again.
are. That's all.
Hey, bud.
Yep. So as you leave, sort of towards the north towards the cliffs, that larger group of, say, what is it? 1, 2, 3. Like there's like 7 buildings or something there to the north of the amphitheater. You get no pings in that area, so that area seems pretty clear.
I'll mark another one
way through.
off. Moving forward.
So you head around the top, past the north side of that highway bit, and walking along towards where you remember seeing the doorway where you put the puzzle cubes the last time.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we look at Astral Tabletop.
Hey,
Yay. I go forward.
the tabletop boy.
see ya.
Let me in. Let me in.
Hey, Bobby.
So, I don't know if it's on the stream yet. Oh, it is on the stream. Cool.
It's on the stream.
Cool. Now, as you arrive here, this is sort of what you were greeted with. So in front of you right now, there is a bunch of cleared ground with a large, let's say 15-foot tall obelisk in front of you. This obelisk seems to have been built overnight because it wasn't here the last time you visited, and it seems very freshly constructed.
I'm gonna walk up to the obelisk and see if there's anything inscribed on it, like all around.
Okay, so you're gonna walk up to the obelisk and sort of have a look at it.
Yeah, have a gaze.
Okay. So walking up to the 15-foot tall obelisk, you notice that there's sort of cracked stone on there, and it even seems like they've draped it with vines and black moss, which seems pretty absurd given it was built overnight. So they've tried to go to every sort of attempt to make it look like it's been here for a while. So this is where you can start to notice that there is some sort of trickery going on here. Your character wouldn't be stupid enough to fall for that. Now, you notice that on the obelisk there seems to be a message written on it that you have just come across.
I found something.
I come over and have a look.
What'd you
have
find?
Let me quickly get you the. Is this it? I'm just getting you there's a handout for this. Here it is.
Yo, leave the obelisk alone.
So on this obelisk, I'm going to chuck it into Discord. Let me see if I can.
Reading.
That wasn't quite D&D.
There is reading, but I'll read it to you for everyone playing at home anyway.
Wasn't D&D? Isn't D&D just math? What's with this reading bullshit?
It's important to take note of what these things say sometimes.
When the foreskin.
So, as you come across this and you start to read it, it says to you, "Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up and the dead rise, and I, Acererak the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter take heed, the enemies oppose. One stands between them, in the darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only."
This seems pretty important.
Wow, really?
Legitimately say that in the game.
While I'm reading, I just kind of read it, and I just kind of look at it like, what?
I'm gonna do a quick detect magic on this obelisk and see if it does anything as well.
Okay. Yeah. So as you use detect magic on the obelisk, you notice that it has a strong aura of abjuration magic.
Abjuration.
Abjuration magic.
Spell, like sealing.
Yes,
Which
it is.
one's
It's abjuration. Yeah, it seems to be. Seems like it might be protecting something.
Okay. Don't touch it.
All I can say
Touch
is
it?
that I'm quite
Don't touch it.
liking
Okay.
this whole death mantle, seas dry up, and the dead rise. Like, to be honest, I'm digging this. This is kind of cool.
I'm worried about you. Literally, worried.
The same.
So, from the position that you're in, looking further beyond the obelisk, you can see near the base of the cliffs that door that you saw the last time. That's still there behind. So if you're on that map and you walk a little bit behind that obelisk,
We are walking away from the obelisk.
well behind the obelisk, if you or whoever wants to walk, you can walk by yourself. There's like a passageway behind it. You see that?
The one to the right?
No, to the north.
I don't know where north is.
North is up.
Straight.
Up.
Okay.
Follow
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
So
So
behind
looking up
it.
in that direction, that is the doorway that you guys found the last time that you guys came. That you put the puzzle cubes in. So you've seen this before, but you didn't see that obelisk last time because it wasn't there.
And what about this path to the right? That we can
Now
see?
that path to the right, you can also see that is open as well, but you haven't investigated down there yet.
I'd like to quickly. Hey guys, this path wasn't here last time.
What?
And have a
path?
look
Oh,
look down this pathway.
shit.
Okay. So you're heading down that pathway to the right.
I want to, as I'm walking, I want to check for traps.
Okay, cool. So walking down along there, and looking for traps pretty intently. Give me a perception check, unless you've got a spell that's check for traps.
No.
Yep.
Perception.
Yep.
Cocked.
Actually, sorry. Make it survival. Actually. Yep. Survival.
Survival. Okay.
Yep. Makes more sense.
That changes things. Better. 23.
Okay. So looking along and walking along in there, you haven't noticed it seems fairly untouched underneath you. So you can be fairly confident there are no traps, and you haven't been able to spot any or find any. Looking very intently. But as you walk into there, who's leading? Is anyone leading? Are you going in that order that you're in at the moment, or?
I'll lead the charge.
I guess
Alright, cool.
Nancy's leading.
So you can start walking along down there if you like.
I'm gonna be in the middle, so.
So as you walk down into that alcove, you start to come up to what seems to be it seems to be sort of these basins of oil on the left and right
Weird.
of you as you walk in. These bases of oil seem to have just above them statues. These statues resemble pretty. You can be pretty confident those statues are resembling the trickster gods that you came across while you're walking through the shrines in the rest of Omu. So as you walk through and get further along, you see sort of a statue depicting of Moa, the Chikuli. You see Wongo, the Sioux monster. You see Ijin, the Almirage. Obalaka, the Zorbo. You see Papazotl, that Iblis.
Does he own some Italian restaurants?
Oh yeah, you see him. You see Kubazan, the Frog Hemoth, if you remember him from when you fought him, and you see the Nang Nang, which is the Grung, and you also see the Shigambi Shrine, the Kamadan.
I'm gonna head to that one.
Yeah, so they're in the order that I just announced them, right? So they're all in there. Now, when you were originally traversing Omu, you actually had 9 puzzle cubes. Now you can see another one on the map there, but that one is currently behind a wall. But you see the depiction of the snail Unk on the wall ahead of you, but and tapping on the wall, you'd hear a bit of a hollow sound behind it, but you can't currently see a basin of oil resembling the Unk Shrine. So that would be one that is missing if you sort of thought back to other shrines you've been in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Hey guys, what do you see?
It's just some oils depicting the old gods.
Oh.
Are we meant to like touch them in the way that you guys did them?
No, maybe don't touch them.
Maybe we need to light them. Does it look like burning oil or just?
It looks like it could light on fire.
Does it look like lamp oil or does it look like?
It looks upon inspection, it looks like lamp oil. Yeah.
I'm gonna back the fuck up.
Cast fireball.
I just love watching everyone back the fuck up on the screen.
It's just me in the middle going, yeah. So what order did you guys do this to start off with? I feel like that might have
That was a long time ago.
I can tell you the order we did them in.
Someone took notes.
I would not have a clue.
I don't know if that's relevant because if there's just 9 tombs, there's no direction as to which order you need to do them in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What about in the order that the keys are in the door?
Mm-hmm.
Or
That
maybe
could be a good
like,
place to look.
if the demons hate each other, maybe it's like the third one killed the fourth one, so like let's light them up like that.
Could be. Could be.
Draski's gonna walk over to that other door that had the staff in it.
Yep.
And he wants to go have a look at it.
Hey Drask, Drask isn't there. I'm going to run over to Drask. Hey Drask, didn't you have some like fire things on your hand the other day?
What?
You had like some fire things on your hand yesterday.
Fire things on my hand?
You could light your hand on fire, couldn't you?
Drask genuinely looks confused. Light my hands on fire?
Didn't last session you had like produce flame or something?
Remember, he's an idiot, so he probably doesn't remember.
Yeah, you could light your flames. You just went like that and you had fire in your hand or some shit. Remember?
I'm going
I told you to like throw it. I told you to throw it and nothing happened.
I'm going to click my hands and see if flame pops up.
So as you click your hands, you get a tiny flame popping up. It seems like your powers are dwindling a little in the presence of the tomb.
Uh-huh. Well, I suppose I had flame, maybe. I mean, there's a little bit of flame there.
Do you reckon you can go light those oil braziers?
You want me to light the oil?
Yeah, well, you got magic fire hands.
Okay. I mean, I can do that if you want me to.
While Drax is going towards the fire, I'm gonna like deeply stare into the obelisk.
Okay. While you're staring at it, can you give me an investigation check?
Can do. Where's my D20? Investigation. That is a 18.
Okay. So looking around the base of the obelisk that you're looking at, you notice that there is a really, really faint, like we're talking like half a centimeter level of slight smoldering ash around the base of the obelisk itself, as in it might have been put there by some sort of hellish force, which could be pretty interesting to a character of your stature.
I would like to put my hand inside the oil and then
Okay. Okay. So as you do that, and you put your hand inside the oil and you click, you see the flame quickly go on your hand, and it goes out straight away, being doused by the oil with no oxygen to power it.
I want to put my hand above the oil a little bit and click.
Okay, so as you do that, your hand being currently covered in oil, and you click it, it lights up for a second and then just goes out again, and it doesn't seem to light the basin.
It's not working, guys.
Hang on, I grab my cloak and I just like tear off a bit, and I just like go, give us your hand, Drask. And I'd like wipe all the dripping oil off his hand. Try now.
Click.
Cool. So as you light it up again, you get a small flame, but that still doesn't seem to light this oil.
The oil's not flammable.
Give me an Arcana check. Whoever's closest to it right now, give me an Arcana check.
Drask and I were next to each other. Horrendous. It's like 3 or something.
Baby, that was a 0.
Arcana. 4.
Okay, so as you do that, you think that this is kind of weird, but you can't tell why it's not lighting on fire.
Hey, do you guys need help with anything? Because I found something really cool.
What'd you find?
Well, and I said it's quite loud. There's a demon in here.
What?
Demon where?
It's the obelisk. If you come have a look, Pax is next to me. So, and I get down on my knees, and I'm like, okay, this is like Steve Irwin, like documentary moment. You see these little ashes here, right? So that's like a fire circle. So it's containing something inside of it. So if someone damages this obelisk, something's coming out.
So
I don't think it's going to be a good thing.
So don't damage the obelisk. Got it.
Cool.
Or damage it and really tell. It's up to you.
I'd rather leave whatever's in there in there.
Look, all I can say is just that whatever is in there is probably not as bad as what this could be.
I want to look over this Ankh statue, the one that. Can we see it? Is it actually there? I'm sort of intrigued by the fact that that's not sort of the same as the others.
So you can see it's just a painting of Ankh, but you can't see any of the. You can't see a statue, and you can't see a little basin for it. No. Okay. Those of you that are closer to that obelisk in the middle, you start to notice on the sort of the cliffs around you, you start to see that there are some gargoyles that have come down and they're perched on the cliffs around, and they're watching intently at what you guys are up to.
Oh.
This is weird. I've never seen them this close before.
They don't seem aggressive, but they seem to be absolutely watching what you're doing.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Weren't we trying to get in this door over here?
No.
Yeah, we were just checking out a few of the new things.
Did we have to put a staff in here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Demi, why don't you just come over and put your stuff in the door?
Can I try feeling around to see if maybe there's like some sort of, because we've had a few different rooms where there've been like a what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a lever or like something that a release that pushes in that will open something that's hidden. I'm just remembering going back to reading my notes that Ankh was to contrast all options before acting. So I'm sort of, being that this is different from the others, I want to sort of investigate this picture, see if maybe there's a...
Mhm.
The actual statue is hidden, maybe.
Okay, sure. So, looking upon the looking sort of bit like beyond that that sort of painting itself, you start feeling around. Give me an investigation check to see if you can find anything there.
Investigation, not bad. Ooh, that's really good. 25.
Okay,
Nice.
so feeling around the outside of the painting, you feel some grooves and what would feel like a stone. The wall actually itself feels like almost like a stone door that could be open, but there doesn't seem to be any handles or anything to grab onto. And from what you can feel, it's pretty well established into the framework of this building.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep spending time looking. It's good. Would I be able to try it out? You said there's sort of
You're welcome to try if you'd like to give that a crack. So, give me an intelligence check to see if you can find a decent spot to be wedging something.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah, give us a straight intelligence. Yeah.
That is an 18.
Okay, so
Nice.
feeling around the door,
Oh boy.
feeling around the wall door sort of thing, you feel like it you found an area towards the bottom right of the door you could potentially wedge a decent stake into if you wanted to give it a crack.
Yeah, I'll give that a crack. I don't know if I have a stake per se. I do have a javelin that I could probably.
I mean, you can always try that. Yeah.
Hey Tim, what are you doing?
I believe that this might be able to come off, so I'm just trying to.
I'll give you a hand with that javelin of yours.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll shove the javelin in there and try and pry it off if I can.
Right, so give me some strength checks, like you can assist him with a strength check.
Okay. I'm not
You
too
can-
strong, so.
You can just have advantage if you want.
Alright. That is not super great. That is a 15.
And is that with advantage?
That's with advantage, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So as you sort of pull on it and you try to muscle it, it feels way more jammed than you originally first thought.
Need some toast.
And it almost feels to you as if it's not physically jammed; it almost might be magically jammed.
Bit of magical jam.
Need some magical butter.
It's Vegemite.
And I thought I was bad.
It's magical jam, man.
Magical jam. Alright, well then can I, whilst I'm there, realizing this isn't working so well, can I take a moment to cast Detect Magic to see if maybe there is some sort of like magical lock or something? Preventing
Yep, you're welcome to cast Detect Magic, yep.
Cool, so I'll just sort of put my hand out, close my eyes before I open them, and my eyes.
Okay. As you cast Detect Magic in that area, given that it's more of a sort of an aura around you,
30 feet from me.
you get a feeling
30.
at all of the basins around you. You feel an aura of divination magic around all the statues, and you actually also get a hit of that beyond the wall that you're currently looking at. So you feel the same sized hit behind that as well.
Alright, I'm Pax, I'm picking up some divination magic essence.
That's what you hear. That's what you feel in the statues, but you also on the oil basins themselves. It feels a little bit more like conjuration. So that you've got two sort of sets of magic going on in this area.
Weird.
Yeah. This is yeah.
Well, I think we've kind of done everything we can think of right now. Should we just go open the big door?
We can try. Yeah. See if that does anything.
All right. Go
So,
whatever.
just quickly, I've gone back to the obelisk. I'm gonna whip out the wizard book I got from inside the Yuan Ti hellhole, and then we're gonna do reading the book. I'm going to cast what was it? Talk to Eternal Plane or a different plane? I think it was.
Yep, sure.
Yeah. So basically, I'm doing
ET phones home.
an SOS back to the boys.
Mm-hmm.
So
And what do you?
plane it was.
Yeah, what are you trying to say there?
So I open the book and kind of my eyes kind of dot out a little bit. I'm gonna ask him more about this obelisk. If they happen to know any tales about a mysterious obelisk that would appear out of the blue, and I kind of describe more about the demonic ash, and that maybe it's a sign to a certain dark being.
Mm-hmm. So as you do that, you reach out to sort of beyond the mortal plane, and you actually get a message back from them. And hearing back from them, they speak back and they're like, Demi, what you are seeing is one of our most prized possessions in the land of Jolt. It would be wise not to mess with it if it were me, but if you must, it will not be a pretty sight. And that's all you hear from this weird demonic voice you get from sort of beyond the ether. And it's not a voice you've heard before.
Yep. Alright, and I'll kind of pop back out, the blood reading my nose a little bit. I'm just like, and I kind of close the book, I put it back in my bag, and I just kind of wipe the nose, and I head back towards the party.
Okay. So yeah, as you sort of head up, the rest of the party, you're going to notice pretty quickly that he's got a little bit of blood still left on his nose that he's trying to wipe away.
Hey, you alright?
Yeah, I'm all good. Just magic.
Picking your nose.
Yeah, pretty much. Got a good one.
Swap your green one for a red one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So approaching that doorway that you've been to before, besides Demi, you see that it's still set up to have a staff shape on the front of it, like it's set up in the way that you remember leaving it.
Sorry, boys. Let me just kind of get in here.
Yeah, we need to insert your stuff, Bob's stuff, into the door.
So as you make your way up in front of everyone, and
Well, I grabs Bob's stuff.
you reach out in front and
I line it up.
You line it up? Yep. As you place it into that hole, you notice the entire doorway sort of engulfs the staff. You see it close up over the top of it, and you feel the door starting to rumble a little bit. As it begins to rumble, the door starts to open up in front of you, and you'd be able to probably walk in there if you wanted to, but you notice that there's a short tunnel beyond the door. The door was a slab of worked stone, but you notice that, yeah, as you walk in, you see just carvings of grinning skulls, and you just see engraved sort of lines around the center, not saying anything particular, just like in some weird handwritten script that you can't really make out. Kind of like a crazy person has scrawled inside here. You also notice on the ground in the middle of this cavity beyond the doorway, you see a chest, which is right in the middle. Would anyone like to walk into this building?
So
into this area?
a small tiny room has opened up with a small chest inside. Now, if that doesn't say trap to me, I don't know what does.
Drask would like to hold his ground, not allowing anyone to come back out.
Fucker.
I'm going to stay outside where I am.
I'm just gonna grab the staff and just pick it up. And
the staff's currently inside the door that's raised, so it's above you, kind of cavity slitten upwards. So it's still inside the door, but it's part of the door at the moment. And the door is sort of raised up into the stone above you, so you can't currently reach it.
Shotgun not opening the chest.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a great idea.
Hey guys, I have an idea.
Tim, did you have little Thorn? You could.
Oh yeah.
Send him.
He's dead.
Yeah. Did you say you could bring him back?
I could, but I haven't. I was curious about this gem that I got from Thorn, and I still haven't quite learned enough about it, so I'm not
Alright.
quite willing to put it in harm's way.
Fair
I
enough.
open the door. I should check the chest.
Hey, I'm gonna back the fuck up.
While he does that, I'd like to pull out the book that I got off Nefertiti.
Titties.
What was her name? For whatever. Anyway,
Fun
the
page.
book I got off Fantasia.
Yeah, not even close to Nefertiti.
Phantasma,
And,
mate. Phantasma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flick through, and then I'm gonna find this one spell. I'm like, oh, this good. This could work. And then I'm gonna try and read it out and attempt to cast Mage Hand.
Okay, sure. Give me an Arcana check to see how this cast goes.
That's a 13.
Okay. So
Not
as you start to try and read what she's written and cast Mage Hand, you see about 20 feet ahead of you, right above the chest, you see an interestingly looking glowing hand that's just hovering above the chest.
Oh.
Nice work, Drask.
And as I do it, I want to see if it moves. I have
So you-
magic.
So what do you want to do with that hand? Sorry.
I want to knock on the chest.
Okay. As you knock on the top of the chest, from where you're standing, you just hear a dong dong dong. Like it's just like you've hit on top of a bit of wood.
Hey guys, are you sure you want to open it, Demi, or you want me to try to open it with this hand?
Look,
Use the
more than
hand.
happy for you to try it with a hand, but
Give it a shot.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm gonna try and open it with. Wait. I'm gonna take a step back,
Okay.
and
you
then
wanna
I'm
knock
gonna
on
use the
top.
mage hand to try and open the chest.
Okay, cool. So as you start to sort of control the mage hand and you grab onto the top of the chest, you grab the latch and you notice it's not locked. As you flick it open and lift open the top of the chest,
Mm-hmm.
you can't see what's in there from here, but it seems to open without any worries.
Hey Demi, you're all good.
And
as-
standing behind Demi, I give him a hard, solid pat on the back.
I'm gonna cast resistance on Demi.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay.
So you get to add a D4 to a saving throw.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy on the chest. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to have it in a whisper. So saying, "Hey guys, I think there might be something in here."
So why are you casting thaumaturgy? You mean, or you're talking like you're pretending you're in there saying that?
Okay, so making a sound in case this is a trap.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so making that sound near the chest, it doesn't seem to move at all. Nothing seems to happen, and it just seems pretty much all good in there.
Gonna go die from a chest.
I take like 7 steps back and I cast Fireball.
Can
Just
I get the
invoke the
mage
whole-
hand?
Fire in the hole.
Get the mage hand to just like float into the chest
Yeah.
and try and pick something up like a claw game.
Okay. So as it sort of reaches down into the chest, and it grabs onto an item, maybe not be the only item in there, but it grabs onto an item in the chest. It lifts it up, and you see it holding, from that distance, what seems to be one of the puzzle cubes you found last time.
Nice beard, Jacob.
It seems to be holding one of the puzzle cubes, like no longer in that conglomerate of puzzle cubes you had originally. It looks like they've been separated and put into this chest.
Seeing
Then it puts it on the ground.
I'm just gonna
And
grab
what you want
it.
to put on the ground just outside the chest? Yep,
Yes.
that's fine. Yep. And you put it down on the ground outside, and it seems fine.
I'm gonna put my hand in.
Well, you're going to walk in and do it.
Well, I already did. So.
Oh, you already walked in. All right. Well, give
Yeah,
me
my
a cons.
character's my
Oh,
character's
sorry.
already there.
I didn't have that screen up because I was reading the other thing.
That's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, give me a con save then.
With a D4.
Yay! Con. Oh, I'm alright at that.
I cast Bardic Uninspiration.
Yeah.
Oh. What's that? 25.
Okay.
Nice.
Because I didn't see you walk in, but yeah, as you walked beyond the entrance of that doorway and you walked into that smaller room, you noticed that on the walls, some gas started coming out,
Oh, guys.
and
Oh,
as
You
you
fart.
and that con save that you made will make you only take half the damage.
is this poison?
I shall tell you in one moment, sir.
If it is, I'm resistant. So it's like half of that.
Half.
Okay. So you end up taking
Is it poison?
1 poison damage,
Hey.
Oh,
Take
it's
it
like
easy. Ouch.
Oh,
and you take 4 acid damage with that as well.
damn it! The one thing I'm not resistant to. I grab the cube and I just kind of go, "Hey guys, catch!" What?
Catch it.
Yoink.
Cool. So as you throw that first cube out, seeing inside the chest, you can actually see there are more cubes in there.
Ooh.
It looks like
And I
all the
just
cubes
kinda
in there.
grab in. Guys, look.
As you throw each cube out, you notice that the door comes down in front of you.
Quick run!
The door starts falling down, and you've got 10, 9,
Get out, Debbie!
8, 7.
I would like
the
to hand in there.
Misty step
Five.
out.
Get
Yeah,
all the
okay.
cubes.
The hand's going to help throw them out too.
Cool. So
No,
we'll say
before
that
the
we'll say we got all the cubes out. I'm gonna move Demi out just so that he's out and close the door. Okay. So you're out and you've got all the cubes.
Do we have 8 cubes?
You have 9 cubes.
Should be none.
Hey, Tim, do you remember which of these cubes belong to which guards? I think we might have to drop these in the oil.
Yes. I do remember which one goes where.
Alright,
Which one goes with who?
I'll assist Tim in putting said cubes in correct oil vats.
So no, that was very stressful because I was lagging during the countdown, and I'm just telling you, just get out.
So as you walk down that hallway, who's holding the cubes, or who's holding each cube?
How
Tim
big
and I
were-
would
how
be-
big were the cubes? Yeah,
They're like one hand will carry a cube, so if you got 2 hands, you can probably carry a cube in each.
And then you could kind of bundle like 3 or 4, like
Yeah, if you're holding them like a hug sort of thing, you could carry 3
Yeah.
or 4. Yep.
Yeah.
cool.
Alright, yeah, so I guess myself and Pax helming this.
Disperse the cubes.
As you walk down, we'll say let's say that Tim has mowers, wongos, Ijins, and obalakas. So you've got you got those 4. We'll say that Pax has Papazotl, Cubazan, Nang Nang, and
Papazotl.
Sugambi.
Yep.
And you notice as you're walking in, Pax, if you're leading, you notice that there's nothing really happening as you're walking past the first sort of 4 basins.
Yep.
But as Tim arrives behind you, you notice that as he is approaching them, you start to see the oil that he's near start to glisten and start to burn as he arrives with the cubes that are nearby. As you arrived at the second 4 packs, you actually also start to notice those start to glisten and start to burn as well.
Is there anywhere within the statues or around the base or anything like that? The statues are in a form position where they could hold a cube, or is there some place on the statue to place a cube?
So all of them look as if they've either got a platform with their hands that are sitting out that can hold a cube, or they've got their tail that's sort of sitting out that it could sit on as well.
Alright, well I'll place each.
And all of the cubes have a little symbol on them resembling basically the statue, so you can tell pretty easily which ones belong where.
Alright, well we'll disperse them out onto those little pedestals.
Which one of us had Unks?
So Unk we'll say that you've got Unk with Tim.
Alright. I'll take Unk to the back.
So as you disperse them onto all their little pedestals, you notice that all of them catch like decently on fire. Like it's not burning fire around you. Like you can't actually feel the heat. It's like magical flames around you, and it's actually like kind of like a blue flame. Like it's not an orange flame, not a red flame. Like just it's a nice looking flame, and
that's a nice flame.
As you reach the end of the walkway, walking towards where you believe Unk's was, because you felt it through the wall before. As you approach it with the cube in your hand, you notice that door slides to the left, and in front of you, there is a basin with a statue of Unk ahead of you as well.
Hey, what
I'm
up,
gonna
lads?
cast resistance on Tim.
All right, we've got some progress here.
Yep.
This is a good sign. I hope.
So as you reach out, I'm guessing to put the Unk one into the Unk spot. Is that what you're gonna do?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yep. So as you reach out and do that, you notice the floor just in front of you, so not right below, but just in front of you, in between you and Unk, opens up a small 1 foot by 1 foot sort of little trap door.
Oh, okay.
That trap door is only about 1 foot deep, but in there you happen to see on the ground a small pendant. It's gold. It's a gold pendant, and it's shaped like an eye. And it seems to just be sitting there on the ground.
Okay. Would I be able to just reach down and grab it?
You absolutely can do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to reach down and grab it. I found something down here, guys.
What you got, Tim?
Some sort of pendant, eye-shaped pendant. I don't know. I'm gonna attempt to grab it. I bend down and try and grab it.
Cool. So as you pick it up, you feel magically drawn to this item.
Okay.
This item starts to make you feel as if your character is pulled towards the west, so back out to the sort of the front of where you came from, and it starts pulling you in a direction that you can still go another way if you want to, but it's giving you that thought in your mind that this is the direction that the item wants to go.
I'm gonna quickly look inside that hole that Tim just came out of, and if there's nothing else in there, I'm just gonna tail behind Tim.
Yeah, so looking down in that hole, there seems to just be like a white piece of silk that it was sitting on, and other than that, it's just dirt, like they've just left it there.
I'm gonna grab the white handkerchief.
Okay.
Oh, fancy.
And I'll tuck that away.
It's pulling me, guys.
So it's pulling you out, and it actually pulls you closer to it as you walk past the obelisk. It pulls you towards the obelisk itself. So it pulls you towards the obelisk itself.
Oh, okay.
And the closer you get, the more you start to see the obelisk begins to glow, a similar blue color to what you saw when you had the flames on the inside.
I'm gonna grab the pendulum. If you got that out in the open, sorry.
I'm holding the pendant in my hand. Yeah.
I grab it and go, not today, and I just kind of throw it away.
That was unnecessary.
That might unlock it. We don't want that.
Okay, well, it was sort of drawing me to the west. I don't know if it necessarily was itself was further. Is there any? Has anyone looked further?
No.
I can see some trees over there, but that's about it.
What else is west?
I don't know.
There's a gargoyle up on that hill, cliff, but I don't know.
Well, why don't we all just go west and have a look?
Did
There's
you
not much
throw
else
the-
here, is there?
Which way did you throw the pendant? Where did you throw the pendant?
West.
West? I want to pick the pendant up from wherever you threw it.
Okay.
Is it still sort of glowing, or is it sort of like...
When you pick it back up, you notice the obelisk is glowing, but
Yeah.
while you're in the position that you're currently standing,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the stream can see it. Oh, yeah, they can. That's good.
I'll just put where I am now.
Yeah, based on where you're currently standing, you actually feel almost equally drawn towards the obelisk and further west. So it's almost like it's giving you, it's almost like being a guide for you.
Well, being
I'm
that
trying to
Demi
stand in between the obelisk
Demi
and
doesn't want me to go to the obelisk. It's gonna
No.
keep following where it's drawing me this way.
Oh, okay.
Is this like thick shrubs, or can I just like pass through it? Or
walk around it.
You can walk around it. They are pretty thick shrubbery. So the reason for that is because it is pretty dense in there, and you start to come across to about where Demi is at the moment. You see some really thick shrubs and some thick vines. But what is your? Give me a perception check as you arrive there.
Okay. What is my perception? Not super great.
When that door came down, did the staff slot reopen?
No one checked.
I'm going to go back and have a look.
Mhm.
There's a staff there.
You notice that the staff has fallen onto the ground in front of the slot.
Alright, I pick it up.
Okay.
This might be handy. I run back over the...
Well, my perception check was an 18. Just so you're aware.
Nice.
13 plus
Okay.
5.
Cool. So as you do that, looking beyond the thick shrubbery,
The thick boy.
you actually start to notice behind there is another passageway in the cliff.
Oh.
And that seems to be where the pendant is drawing you towards.
Would I need to like cut through the shrubbery to make? Can we just difficult terrain our way through it, sort of? I'm not sure.
Yeah, there is pretty difficult terrain. You could try and cut your way through it or burn it down or something in order to get there. It'd be definitely easier.
Does anyone have a big sword or something that can cut their way through here?
Yeah, I got one, and I walk up.
Pendant's drawing me this way.
Yeah, no worries. I walk up and I pull out the flaming longsword, and I whisper, "Kalor" to it, and it ignites in flames. I start hacking at the bushes
Like
with a
cheating
flaming sword.
Yeah, I'll get you down. I'll get you down. You're stuck up there.
You big Debbie Downer.
There you go. You're down now. There you go.
Wait, how did he get stuck?
I like wall hack my way
he
through
found
there.
a wall hack. Yeah. he's back off now. Okay, so sorry. Where were you going? You're going up towards the doorway there.
Yeah, through the shrubs.
Yeah. So you're hacking your way through. You managed to hack your way through pretty well, and it becomes pretty easy terrain.
Sweet.
Nice.
So as you make your way further in that direction,
I put the sword out and put it back in its
And
scabbard.
as we go through, I'm like, oh guys, did anyone pick up the staff back there? I kind of need it.
Yeah, I've got it here.
Can I grab it, please?
Finders keepers, losers weepers. Hey, you left it behind, man. Like, gotta be careful with your own thing. I grabbed it, man. It might be useful, so I grabbed it on it.
as you pull aside
He
that
looks so
heavy
sad.
undergrowth, as you pull aside that heavy undergrowth, you do uncover an archway in the cliff face, which is where you currently are. Stone skulls seem to be peering down from the lintel, and old bones seem to litter the threshold. As light strikes the entrance ahead of you, a swarm of bats screeches out from within.
I don't like that.
The bats don't seem to attack you. They seem harmless.
Harmless.
Harmless. But it does look like there have been potentially some jungle predators that may have used this this particular den or way into the tunnel as shelter before, because the bones are a mix of sort of from what you can tell. Give me a medicine check, whoever wants to look at the bones.
Sure, why not?
I have a look. I'm up the front.
That is a great roll for a +1. That is 19.
Oof. Big rolls.
3.
Okay, so pretty comfortably, Tim is able to determine that he can see bones of grungs and velociraptors here.
Sorry, they're more like this big.
However, Animal is unsure of what animals he is looking at.
They're bones of animals, man. They could be
Bones of you? What the hell?
Yeah, bones of me.
These smaller ones probably are grungs, and
Nah, that's definitely a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex bone if I've ever
bigger
seen
ones are more raptor like.
However, Animal, looking closely, even though you can't determine the bones, you do on the ground see some footprints that seem to lead towards the north, which is where this door is in front of you. They're not recent, and they look as if they potentially belong to some sort of humanoid creature, not an animal, not a velociraptor, and not a grung.
There's some footprints here, but they lead up to the door. I follow them up to the door, and is the door like a
door with them?
Like the other door where I need to put like the staff in again? Or...
Well, this current door looks like it's a slab of worked stone blocks. The overgrown tunnel, some 20 feet from the entrance, has the grinning skulls marking the edges of the slab, in the center of which happen to be 9 cube-shaped cavities arranged in 3 rows of 3.
Hey Tim, looks like we need those cubes again.
Well, maybe we should
go back and get them.
Wait, what happened to the cubes that were in your possession that we got from the temples?
We used them to get the amulet.
No, didn't they came out of that chest?
And
Yeah,
then they
put
used
them
them
in
to
the-
do the amulet. Yeah.
Yeah, but where were the cubes that we got from?
That were the cubes that we got.
So
No,
how did
no,
they
no,
get
no,
into
no,
that
no.
chest?
When
Didn't
they
we
got put
put
into
them
the
all
door the
together?
last time. You put them into the door last time and then got sent to the temple to get the staff and then came back. So they were in that door to start with, and then someone has moved them from the door to the chest.
Did we put them in the door?
You did.
Yes, we did.
We put them all together, and then we put it in the door to unlock the spot for the stuff.
Hmm.
Shit.
I think we need to go back and get the cubes.
I think that's a good
I would
idea. Adam.
suggest if
So I'm gonna
Tim
walk
stays-
back over.
What was that, Demi? Did you say you should suggest
Sorry,
that Tim
I'm
stays
lagging
here?
a bit, it's fucking up. I would suggest that Tim should stay here because of the pendulum.
The
Pendant.
pendulum.
Starts
You
playing
are getting sleepy. Sure, Demi. I guess I can stay here if you would like me to do
I'm gonna walk back over to the fire barrels, and is the blue fire hot, or is it just like magic?
It feels as if the temperature does not change the closer you get to these things. It feels
Okay.
very, very normal.
I'm gonna take a risky thing, and I'm gonna just like quickly hot hands, just reach, grab it, and pull it back out.
Oh no, they're on the pedestals. They're not
Are
on
they?
the-
Yeah, they're
Oh,
on
they're
the
not in the
pedestals.
fire. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just gonna go over and grab them.
Yeah,
I thought you
so-
put them in the fire.
Reaching up to the statue pedestals, and you're able to pull them off perfectly fine. As you do that, you notice each of the flames just goes out as you pull them off.
Take that one. Take that one.
Did
Take
someone
that
wanna
one.
help
Take
him?
that one. Take that one. Take that one. Take that one. Take that one. And I put them in my bag, and I walk all the way back.
Who's got this, guys?
Hey, I've got the things.
I knew we
cheers.
brought it for a reason.
I'm back.
The bagman.
And I just pull out my bag and I open it up and I go, Tim, you remember where I went? And I just
Yeah, I remember.
start pulling them out and giving them
most
to
of
you.
it. All right. Looking at this wall, is there any indication where any of these cubes go?
So there doesn't seem to be any indication of where they go. However, I am going to give you a picture.
Okay.
Let's see if this works into Discord. It does not. I'm just going to do a quick screenshot and send it to Discord.
Yeah.
Just so that you have these. Now, if you remember back, this is probably stretching your memory, but there were things that we said at each of the shrines about certain animals that liked other animals and certain animals that didn't like other animals,
Tim will
which
have
may
that
have
written
something
down.
to do with the current doorway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, being that I do have notes, this might help.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember from looking at them with my notes that I have written down that most of them seem to be fighting one of the others, except for Ankh. So I'm not really having much to go off. I'm gonna put Ankh in the center,
Okay.
just being that he's got nothing else to work off. I'm just thinking maybe he's a central figure.
So you're going to do that now? You're going to put that in the center?
I'm going to take Ankh and put him into the middle.
Okay. So yeah, as you put Ankh into the center there, you notice that his cube flares with a little bit of light, and it seems as if it might be the right place.
That is good. Okay, so there's looking at the rest of it, there is no sort of indication to where any of the others may go.
No
Nothing.
indication
Okay.
really. No.
Trial and error. All right. Okay.
Seeing that center cube flare up, when you put it in,
Yeah.
I'm going to just take a random one, and I'm just going to like hold it up to a square and see if like it kind of pulls it in like magnetic, or like I feel anything. If not, I'm going to go the next one, and then like the next one.
Okay. Well, which one do you want to? Which one do you want to pick up, and where do you want to try it?
I'll just say I'll pick up Wongo, which is just whatever
Okay.
the first one I pick up out of the bag, and I'm just going to like start. Where am I on the map? I'm on the right, so I'll start at like bottom right.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna like start there, and then just kind of get up, and then the next one up, and then
So you want to try and put it in the bottom right?
I'm not gonna put it in, but I'm just gonna hold it near it and see if like you can feel it being like drawn
Okay.
in, or any like magic
So
or
as
anything
you
like that.
as you hold it close to each of the different holes, you don't feel any kind of force drawing it in.
What happens if I kind of start sliding it in, but not the whole way, so I can like still pull it out? Because I'm assuming once I push it all the way in, it's like flush, or does it still poke out once it's?
It pokes out a little bit once it's
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just like push it in and see what happens.
Which one's into the bottom right?
Bottom right, yeah.
What
Okay.
are you putting in the bottom right?
Wongo.
Okay.
Okay, so as you try and push Wongo into the bottom right, you get a feeling that it's kind of sitting in there, kind of like not flush to the wall, but flush into the
Yep.
cavity as far as it can go.
Yep. Is
And-
does it flare up?
It does start to glow, but a different color to the one that was put in for Unk. And as it starts to glow, you notice a small sort of glow, like an electric glow coming around it.
Pull it out quickly.
But as you go to pull it out,
Fuck.
any creature that's within 20 feet of the door need to take some damage.
Oh,
Lovely.
Within how many feet?
20.
I'm on the outside curve.
15.
Yeah, everyone except Pax, pretty much.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Okay, so there is no safe. This is straight damage. So that's 14 lightning damage
Oof.
to everyone within 20 feet.
Oh, that hurt.
And as that happens, you notice Wongo's cube pop out, fall onto the floor in front of you.
All right,
Crap.
so wrong puzzle means owie.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna step back towards where Pax was.
Let's.
What do you think? What do you think, Tim? You're good at these puzzles.
Jeez.
Being
Maybe
just
it's
looking,
the opposite.
maybe just from remembering which creature was fighting which creature, maybe they need to be on opposite sides of Unk. But where they go around Unk, I don't know. Let me look over my notes.
Yeah, I only helped you guys get that last cube, so I got no idea where any of these go or whatever they
Same.
are.
I really got nothing.
What a hard puzzle.
It's really not a hard puzzle. It's just a matter of where the fuck they go.
So the gods hated each other, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So they're fighting. Well, what do you when people back, you know, when me and Gorgon, when me and Gorgon used to fight, our my mom or his dad, they just always in the same room. It was weird. Anyway, they would separate the two of us by standing in between us. Maybe if we separate them somehow.
Yeah,
Right.
that's sort of along the lines I was thinking that whoever was from the shrine, whoever they were fighting in the shrine, needs to be side of Unk. It's just a matter of where they go either side of Unk.
Oh, I don't remember. Do you? I don't believe I was there when it said that. I was thinking about rats. But do we know who hates who?
Yes, I know. I remember who was fighting who, so I can definitely help with that. It's just a matter of maybe we need to put two in at the same time and see if they're.
I do remember something about
Hey,
Moa
Drast.
and Wongo.
Couldn't we all
yes.
stand like 20 feet back and you use your hand thing again and the cube and each thing and like trial and error, just like blop, 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 and until you keep getting right ones?
Well, we might overcharge it and.
That is a better idea.
We
That
just
is
keep.
better
We
idea.
step back. How far can you reach with your mage hand?
The door could have charge.
No,
Oh.
Pax,
Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm
Why
kind
don't
of
we-
sick of getting
what-
hurt all the time.
Why don't we back up? We'll use the mage hand. We obviously know Unk fits in the middle,
Yeah.
and then we could try and. I guess we could just trial and error try each spot until we find it. And once we get one right, we can just put the one that it was fighting on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
I reckon that's a great idea. Let's do that. So I'm gonna back up as far as I need to.
Mhm.
Back.
Well, we're gonna let Drask go with his mage hand here. Is that the idea?
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
step back.
All right, Drask, give me an Arcana check for mage hand.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
Oh, thank
so
God.
you get to add a d4.
Okay, that's gonna help a lot. I mean, really. Okay, that's 1.
Okay. So as you try and reach out your mage hand, you sort of try and like Yoda it like in the distance with your little hand, and you just kind of don't see anything happen at the end of your cast there.
Okay, guys, that didn't work.
No good.
No. Okay, okay, hold on. Let me try this. Give me a cube. Come on.
Yeah, I'll give you Unk. Put Unk in the middle.
Okay.
Yep.
Did Unk pop out as
No,
well?
Unk stayed.
Oh, okay, Unk stayed.
Okay.
Take Wongo again.
Wongo.
He's
Okay.
the monkey.
I'm going to grab Wongo, and I'm gonna put him in the top left-hand corner.
Okay. So as you do that, given that you're the only one within 20 feet,
Mm-hmm.
you take 15 lightning damage, and it
Oh.
pops back out and falls onto the ground in front of you.
You guys better have some healing. This is gonna
I've got
hurt.
plenty healing.
I can heal you. That's not a problem.
Oh, good. That was 15, was it?
Mm-hmm.
So you tried the opposite corner, yes? Top.
All right, I'm gonna put Wongo in the top right-hand corner.
Try.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta be something.
No,
I'll
guys,
see
we can't keep doing this. There's got to be a better way.
You take 11 lightning damage.
As I take that one, I just smile like, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
All right. I put Wongo in the bottom left-hand corner.
Okay. And as you do that, you notice it start to glow nicely and sort of stay.
Ah!
Where
I'm
did
a
you
genius.
Where did you put him?
In the bottom left-hand corner.
Wongo.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So put Moa, the serpent one, in the top right corner.
Okay.
He was who he was fighting. So
If this hits me, I'm gonna throw it at you. I'm gonna grab Moa. Throw me Moa,
Yep.
quick. All right. Actually, no, fuck up. No, I got all the pins. I'm gonna grab Moa. Put him in the top right-hand corner.
As you put it in there, you notice it start to glow and sit in there nicely.
So
Ah!
it definitely seems to be the opposite, like, of each other's gods.
all right. So that's a good start.
Okay. Who's next then?
Try Cubazan the frog.
Yeah.
Let's just go top middle. Why don't we just try top middle?
Top middle.
We haven't done a middle one yet. We've done the corners. Why don't we try top middle?
I put it in the top middle.
Oh, Tim is like antsy.
You're
As you
antsy.
place it- as
You're
you
not the
place it
one
in the
copping
top
the
middle.
lightning.
You see it just start to glow a bright color, and then
Ah.
it stays in there.
Oh
That's
god.
good.
Progress.
Oh, and
Cubazan
Drask
Cubazan
is
was fighting
starting to
a
sweat.
crane. The crane was Papazotl, so put the crane bottom middle.
Okay. Bottom middle.
As you place it in, it glows and stays safe.
Oh, you guys better have some healing for me. Alright.
Ooh,
No,
What's
I'm all
next?
tapped out.
the heart is pounding. Okay.
I'm
Which one do we go
electrified.
next.
We've got Ubalaki, Nang Nang, Shagambi.
Wait, give me the frog.
and
Where can I put the frog?
You,
And I
you've already
toss
put the,
him Nang Nang.
you've already put the frog in.
Alright,
Yeah,
where am I putting
next.
Nang Nang?
Nang Nang is the grung.
It was also a
I don't know.
frog.
Are they also frogs?
They're like frog people, I guess. Yeah. They're all frogs. Everything's a frog.
Everything's a frog. You're a frog. You're a frog.
Tomb Annihilation's a frog.
So many
It's all
frog
about
monsters. Whoever
Alright.
made this game loves
Nang Nang,
frogs.
where am I putting him?
Try put him right middle. I don't know.
Okay. Right middle.
And you're putting what, Nang Nang on the right middle?
Nang Nang.
Yeah.
Nang Nang, yeah.
Yeah, Nang Nang.
Nang Nang.
Nang Nang.
Gonna put some
Nang
Nang Nangs, gonna order them up on Facebook.
Mr. Whipster right here. As you do that, you notice it start to glow and pop back out and shoot you with a bunch of lightning. It's 18 lightning damage.
How you feeling there, Drask?
Well, on a scale of 159 to 1, I'm feeling like 101.
Wow.
This fucking hurts.
That's really specific, Drask. That's oddly
I'm
specific.
surprised you went that high.
That's a really arbitrary scale you've picked there.
It's lizard folk kind. I mean, you wouldn't understand.
Alright.
So you've got
Fair
4 out of these 9 Brady Bunch puzzle cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to try next?
Alright, Nang Nang. Alright, fuck it. Give me that bear looking thing.
Obalaka.
Obalaka.
Obalaka, yeah.
That sounds cool.
Big with him.
Alright.
Where do you want to put that?
Maybe he goes in the middle. On the right.
Okay.
I put it in.
As you place it in, it starts to glow. It looks like it's going to be safe, but then it glows lightning and shoots it back.
Oh, what a jerk.
Alright.
That's 20 lightning damage.
Through process of elimination, either Shigambi or Ijin goes in that spot.
Yep.
Let's flip that coin.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna flip a coin. I'm gonna roll a d4. 1 or 2, we try Shigambi. 3 or 4, we try Ijin.
Here, I'll do it, Drask.
And that is a 1. We will try Shigambi middle right.
Shigambi? Alright.
Let me do it this time.
Too late!
No.
I've got this!
So as you put it in there, it glows nicely and stays there.
Alright,
Yeah.
we pretty good there, so we know Nang Nang will...
This! Whoo!
So who's opposite Shigambi, Tim?
Nang.
Oh, Nang Nang goes on that side. Oh, okay.
Middle left. So we'll...
Wow, I wonder why it didn't work on this side. That's odd.
I love
Okay.
it like right next to the wall.
Nang Nang.
It's like a how-to guide. Like it actually shows you. That is hilarious.
You pull out a UV light and it shows you where they go.
Yeah.
Alright,
Do you reckon, just quickly, do you reckon
Yeah.
it's, the long hallway that the guards are opposite each other?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah.
you reckon it's the opposite of each other in that hallway is what cube goes in what?
That is a good thought. We should have looked at that
But-
to begin with.
We already know who goes opposite each other though.
Bit
Prob-
fucking late now,
problem with-
Pax. You could have said that 5 minutes ago.
Problem with-
I only just thought of it.
Damage.
The problem with that though is it's a straight hallway. They're on either side. They're not numbered. It'd be arbitrary.
They
You
don't get
still have to
Yeah.
figure out which one went to which one, but you'd have a
Arbitrary.
different idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I just quickly, just the first two in that hallway, do they line up with like 2 opposite cubes that are in this puzzle?
The first 2 that are in that hallway, you notice that there is the 2 that light up are Ijin and Obalanka.
And in the puzzle that we've done, have we done those 2 gods?
They're the 2 we
Alright.
haven't done.
They're the 2 we haven't done.
Well, opposite each other.
Nang Nang.
Actually,
Nang Nang middle left.
on that thought then, Pax. What is the second one?
Okay, what's the second one?
That's next to Ijin?
So the one after that, you see Kubazan and Papazodal.
Alright, so if Kubazan is next to
going
that,
in
put Ijin in the top left then. Try that.
Hold on, I'm still gonna put Nang Nang in.
Haven't you? I thought you had put Nang Nang in.
No, the DM didn't say I put Nang Nang in yet.
Oh, okay. as you put Nang Nang in, it glows nicely and doesn't shock you.
Okay. Then I'm gonna put Ijin in the top left-hand corner.
No, but top left is Ijin.
Nothing's there yet. Yeah,
He's
he
not
hasn't
there
put it in
yet.
yet. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to put Ijin in the top left.
Yeah.
As you do that,
This
and
is on
put it
you,
in.
Pax. In.
It glows nicely, and does not shock you.
Ah!
Last one.
Overlock on the
Tax
last
is
one.
right.
Alright. I'm gonna get the
As you put
Oberlager one.
as you put Oberlacher into the last one, it goes in. You notice the entire door in front of you starts to glow.
And shocks you.
Oh shit.
I'm going to walk up to Pax, pat him on the shoulder, say good job, and do cure wounds.
That
Me?
better be a high level.
Sorry, Drass.
I'm
like,
I'm like 10
While
preview
the
points?
door is sort of flaring with light, you hear it kind of start growling like an angry beast. Like, you hear this weird growl the door is letting go, and you notice while it's still lit, you notice one by one the cubes start to disappear out of the holes, as the door starts to rise in front of you.
Hey.
You get 9 health, Drask.
The door,
Nine,
the
thanks.
slab of that door slides up
Shit
into the
roll,
ceiling,
Sorry.
and you can now see ahead of you a tunnel.
Oh. Well,
Hey, Drask. What are you on? How bad you feeling?
Pretty fucking bad.
Alright, come over here.
Is that now unlocked on the site, on the website?
I will push through.
Drask, I've been working on something new.
Okay.
I rub my hands together, and
You can actually I've unlocked the door now.
Yeah.
as I touch Drask, he's just a massive surge of positive energy washes over you, and you regain 70 hit points.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I really
let's-
enjoy that.
Yeah, and that's it. So that's my only level 6 spell.
That's
big
good
boy.
because that legit just puts me back on full health, like just by 1 HP.
Nice.
That is a big boy heal.
It's big
Thank you.
heals for big days.
Big heals.
Appreciate
Big
it.
heals.
All right. So as you cross over the threshold of that doorway and walk into the hallway, you notice that about 20 feet ahead of you, it's pretty dark still. This is pretty dark in here. There's no natural light.
I'm going to pull out my flaming longsword. I'm going to say "Kalor," and it bursts into flames.
Yep.
I'll
And from
also
that you can.
cast light on my staff.
And I just hold
And
the
I'll just
flaming
click my
sword.
fingers and hope.
So you guys have got you guys have got enough light there to be able to see for about 30 feet ahead of you, pretty comfortably, we'll say.
These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius.
Yeah, but given that there's a door in front of you, you can't really see much further.
Yeah.
But for now, it's about how far you can see. But you notice in front of you yet another door in front of you. Seems like a large slab is blocking the hallway about 20 feet beyond this first door. There seems to be an iron lever set into the door's surface with a graven stone skull leering down from above. The skull's jaws above the lever seem to start to creak open, and a skeletal hand holding a crystal hourglass timer emerges from within the glass, from within the mouth.
Oh shit.
With a click, the timer rotates, and sand starts to trickle into the lower globe.
Right.
10, 9,
Pull the lever.
8.
Pull the lever! Pull it! I'm gonna pull the lever. I'm gonna
Pull the lever.
pull it down. I don't know what to do. Fucking pull the lever.
Maybe
As-
the web
as-
pull
as-
the lever.
As you run up,
Panic pull.
and panic pull the lever.
I don't think we're meant to do that.
That's what I do in Corona.
as you panic pull the lever, right below you, for 20 feet beyond the door, opening up vertically, opens up a pit below you, a trap pit below you.
Okay.
Now, this is to 20 foot deep, and you need to give me a dex saving throw to see if you're going to fall into it as the pit's opening below you, or if you are going to be able to hold on to the side.
Okay.
Ooh,
So-
16.
Is
Would
that all
I
of
just
us?
would I just see everyone like almost fall?
Yes, you would.
Oh wait,
Is-
who's in the trap?
me. Is it all of us that are in that room?
There's currently 3 of you. Yeah, basically anyone in between the first and second door. I think Pax is beyond the door as well. So anyone's in between the first and
Yeah,
second.
so Pax, Demi, Animal, and
Basically, Drax is the only one still out.
Do we need to make a what? What'd you say? A dex saving throw?
Dex saving throw. Yeah.
Oh, dex save. Yep.
Dex
16.
save.
I rolled a 16.
Not bad.
You rolled a 16. Okay.
16.
Cool.
Just
15.
Cool.
22.
Yep.
Nice.
And what did Demi get?
I said
Demi,
16 before.
Oh, I didn't hear you earlier. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone that was above 15
Yeah.
just.
manages to grab on and hold onto the side as it's about to fall down.
Would I
And
be
you
able
managed
to
to
hold on to the lever? That sounds like.
You're
Just
able to
hold.
hold. You're able to hold onto the lever, given that you're right there as well. Yep.
Yep.
Now, those that didn't get above 15 are going to be taking some bludgeoning damage as they fall on. 2 people did. As they fall onto
Who did?
some
Sorry.
spikes. You did.
I got 16.
You said 15, didn't you?
I said 16.
I
No,
said
he said-
15.
He said,
Okay. Well, if you got then if you got 16, well then so only Pax then. Only Pax is the only one that falls in then. Okay.
Was the save 16?
The same 16. Yep.
Fuck! By 1.
Yeah. So we'll put in. Let's quickly roll these. So you take 12 bludgeoning damage as you fall, and you're impaled
Oh god.
by.
ouch.
Luckily, you're only hit by one of the 4 possible spikes that are at the bottom there. As that spike impales you, you take 5 piercing damage.
Yep.
And a further 10 poison damage.
Oh, fucking hell. Rough.
So is
Now-
he like impaled? We have to pull him out of the spike.
He is. He's down there. Now this poison is particularly strong, and you are going to be poisoned for 24 hours unless that's removed.
did we all see Pax fall and get impaled?
You would have all seen that, yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
Is it possible to, like, because I'm hanging onto the side, to, like, slide down without taking too much damage, like, avoid the spikes?
Yeah, you can probably get down and sort of stand in between them if you are really careful, and you give me a survival check.
Survival check. That's rubbish. Survival 9.
Okay, so sliding down, given you can see everything, you can see where everything is, nothing's really moving.
Yep.
You can slide down and you can get in between those spikes pretty comfortably,
Yep.
and you're able to pull Pax off the spike pretty
Yep.
pretty easily.
Oh.
Now
How you
you are
feeling?
20 foot deep, so you're still gonna have to get him back out of this pit. So you are 20 foot down.
Is there some sort of like somewhere like I could put my feet around the edge of the pit, or is it sort of just straight down from wall all the way down?
It's basically straight down from the wall all the way down. You can only just hang on to the edges with the kind of the hinge of that wall, of that bit.
I'm gonna cast Spider Climb, and I'm
Okay.
gonna head down towards where these guys are and help pack it up.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
How you feeling, Pax?
Look. Not. It's pretty rough being impaled on a shit stick, but.
Would we know that he's been poisoned or not at all?
He could tell that he's poisoned, but unless he shares that with you, probably you wouldn't know.
Alright. Let's get you back up the top.
Yep.
Or
So
is
so the door's currently open while you're holding on to that lever. Yes.
Okay, but the pit's still open. Okay.
The pit's still open. Yes.
And I grab Pax on his shoulder and I dimension door to, like, the open doorway up above us.
Okay. So you're gonna take you and Pax up here. I'll just move it for you. There you go. You up there?
Yeah.
As I'm climbing down to come help, I just see them disappear and go back up.
Yep.
Bye,
So
Patricia.
you're fine doing that, given that you're spider climbing, and you can move to wherever you want to be, basically.
Is that door open now in front of us?
Oh, man.
That door is open, but even though Tim is holding onto the lever, you can see above you that the door is slowly, very slowly closing. Like it almost looks like it might take an hour to close.
Okay.
Very specific.
And I
Very
turn
specific.
over and I see Drass. I'm like, come on, Drass, you gotta jump this now.
Is everyone through?
I'm not yet.
Tim's currently holding on to he's hanging off a off the
if
lever.
the door's open, would I be able to put my feet where the door was? Like, would there be a ledge?
Well,
there?
currently I'm imagining right now you're holding on to a lever, and
Yeah.
if you pulled yourself up and then got up, you'd be able to be where the ledge is. Yeah.
Okay, well, I will attempt to do that. I'll try and pull myself up to door
Wait.
was.
Instead of him trying to pull himself up,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go help him because I can.
Okay.
Climb.
Cool. So let's just say let's say you both make it up. Give me an athletics check with each of you, so you can have one that's sort of climbing, the other one's lifting. So we can have Demi lifting, that'll help you. So that's basically having advantage.
15.
Yep. And Demi, what'd you get for athletics?
So athletics for me, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Athletics, 15.
Okay, cool. So helping him up, you managed to push him up through the door, and you managed to get onto the other side of the door pretty comfortably.
Such a great job climbing. Oh, you helped me, Demi.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Looking back behind you, Draska's still on the other side.
I'm just looking aside like.
You're gonna have to jump or something, man.
We're gonna look around.
I cast Bardic
Animal.
Inspiration on Drask.
Animal,
Yeah.
give me the staff quickly. Give me the staff.
I hand him the staff.
Sweet. And I go to where the pit is, and I point and I cast a spell, hoping to create a little room, like a bridge over it, so that he can walk across.
Okay, so given that you know how your stuff works, as I was explaining to you before, that would still probably take a fair amount of time for that construction to take place. The bridge can begin being created, but it won't be finished being created for at least half a day. Because it still has to have basically regular workers working on it. Yes, but it can, if you'd like to use a charge, it can start doing the construction.
On it?
You could, but in about an hour, it'll probably have a frame. Yep.
Hey, can anyone what about that lever? That opened it. So what happens if we close it again?
Then you're on the other side.
Yeah. What have we got to lose? Worst case, I go in and open it again.
Try pushing it back up.
Since I can climb, I'm going to go on the edge of it, up the wall, put the lever back to its position. Still got the stuff with me. Back to its position. Does that close the trapdoor?
Okay, so that... What, is you going to pull the lever up?
Yeah, so I'm basically resetting the lever.
So pulling that up, you notice that the door above you isn't closing instantly, but you see it's closing a lot faster than it was before. So it looks like it might be closed now in another about 5 minutes. But you also notice that as you pull that lever, the floor below you has clipped back up, and it's a flat floor right now.
Run, Drask, run!
Run, Drask, run!
So Drask makes it across as well.
And then I follow through once he is through.
Okay.
In this hallway, I want to check for traps.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
That's a fantastic idea. So, inside this corridor, I'll explain what you see first. So, on the other side of this door, you see a moss-covered corridor, which extends beyond this second door. There are tree roots hanging from a sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of rot and damp. Ahead, a relief is carving of a bearded devil's face adorning the wall at a T-shaped intersection. So you can see that from where you are, because it's a little bit lit as sort of light shimmers through from different cracks in the roof. The devil's mouth is open, and it seems like it's a well of utter darkness inside its mouth. Now, if you want to check for traps, give me a survival check.
Yep. I use guidance as I go to do it. Looking at my survival is massive. 26.
Okay. So, as you do that, you notice along the sides of the walls, you see different little cutouts on the side of the walls. You can see them on your map. Now, those cutouts, they seem to be very similar to ones you've seen in the shrines before. Remember the ones that shot out darts? That other shrine? These are very similar to that, but currently they look like they're not aiming at anything. That doesn't look like they've shot anything. It looks like they're just holes in the wall.
Can I get some of the local on the ground? Is there anything that looks like it could activate the traps, like a raised step or a tripwire?
Okay, so given that you had a look before and you were looking pretty intently around the room, I'll say that you made a pretty quick assessment that I'm going to ping them. So just make sure you look at the map.
Yeah.
That you saw that this square here, so that one that I'm clicking on, can you see which
Yep.
one that is?
Yeah, that one.
This one here, over here, the blue,
Yep.
another blue one. Yep. And a third one being under this tree.
Yep.
You can see that they're slightly raised, and you can probably anticipate there are some pressure plates there.
I want to avoid those, but I also want to stuff any of the mouths that I can get access to without hitting a plate with any of the local kind of fauna and flora that's kind of around on the ground. I just want to like stuff it and clog it up.
Cool. So you want to grab some of like this tree here and just start stuffing
Yeah,
in here?
like mud and dirt and rocks and just whatever I
Cool.
can do to stuff the holes up and
Cool.
also avoid the raised plates.
Yep. So you're able to do this one pretty easily and this one pretty easily because there's nothing really there. You're able to get to this one relatively easily too. This one might be a challenge because there is a raised plate on that.
I won't bother with that
tile.
one.
This one was clear, so you are able to get to this one and stuff
Yep.
this one too. This one here obviously was not.
Do. Then do. Then do.
Yep, and you're able to get to there and stuff that one fine. This one
Yep.
might be a problem as well because you saw the raised stuff, but you are able to stuff those up, and it looks like you've plugged those holes pretty well, which means a dart would probably be very hard to travel through there.
Hey guys,
I'm
follow
gonna
the
give you an
same
inspiration
path
for
that I did.
idea as well. You're getting an inspiration for that too. It's a good
Alright,
idea.
and I'm going to follow the same path as Pax.
Follow, 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 the leader. Follow, follow, backs.
And I stop here at the edge and just kind of peek around the corner and see if
See that?
I'll,
What are
Follow!
you gonna do? Sorry, Jamie, go ahead.
sorry, I'll wait till there's enough room to me to get over because I don't want to get bulked up and pressure.
That's fine.
Following the same path.
Yep, so you'd probably be okay to stand like, I'll move you for you. Probably about there right now. You're probably okay there.
Yep.
Yep, and Tim's probably okay like here-ish for now until you guys can move up.
Yeah.
Now, ahead of you, where I'm clicking, that is that demon face that you saw in the wall that I was talking about.
Yep.
Now that does have a big demon face on the wall, and in its mouth just looks like utter darkness looking inside.
Gross.
Let's not look at that. Let's
Ugh.
avoid that, I think.
So it looks like we've got a balcony to the right and a doorway to the left and a grate on the floor.
Okay, so which way would you like to go? Like, you've got plenty of options here, and I'm happy for you to.
I want to quickly sneak out to the edge of the hallway, not past it, and kind of peek out and see what I can see.
As he goes to just walk, I hit him with a guidance.
Okay. Now, looking out in that direction, we'll say that because you're looking out that way. We'll say what you're doing first. So, looking out there, you enter into what seems to be a grand chamber, which opens ahead, 50 feet across from you, and plunging into darkness below. There seems to be a stone with plunging darkness below. A stone balcony seems to wind around the walls, so you can probably see that across from you.
Yeah.
That balcony winds around the walls and it seems to be connected to 4 different archways. Other balcony levels seem to be visible below, so lower down. So like where you're looking down. It's pretty deep, like over that ledge.
Yep.
But other balcony levels seem to be visible below, with corridors radiating off in all directions. To the north, if you step in a little bit further, you might be able to see it. Yeah, to the north, you can notice that there is a stone staircase that descends to what seems to be the lower levels of this tomb that you're in.
Yep.
So that's what you're seeing currently, and we'll check what everyone else is doing for now before.
Yep.
I'd like to look into the black hole.
You want to look into this black hole ahead of you with the sort of the demon face on it?
Does it look like it's just like a small cavity, or does it look like it's a large cavity, or does
It's a pretty large cavity. So it seems to be like you could almost fit into the hole if you wanted to.
I
It's a
probably
large
don't want
mouth.
to go in there, but
Yeah.
I might grab one of my old vials of like potion, a healing potion, and just the
Yep.
empty one, and I just want to throw that in there.
So you want to throw just an empty vial in there?
Yep.
Okay. As you throw your empty vial in there, a few seconds later, you would have probably you would have expected to hear like a smash or a clunk or something as it hit the ground.
Yeah.
As you throw it in there, you hear complete silence. There seems to be no noise at all as you throw the object there.
That's extremely weird, guys. I threw a glass in there and it didn't make any noise. Didn't break, nothing. That's
Maybe
odd.
we should avoid it.
That's probably a good idea. Who knows what it is? Oh, where do we want to go then? I mean, there's a door up there, or we got that. What did you see over there, Animal?
Oh, it's just a big open area. There's some few other corridors. There's stairway that goes down a lot deeper down. There's some more corridors on the other levels. So there's plenty of options if we go that way. But let's play this slowly.
What's down the end this way?
Which way are you going, Tim?
Past
West.
taxis? Yeah, where taxis?
Past Paxi. You've
Yeah.
seen that thing in the middle of the room, obviously, that floor thing.
Yeah.
So
past
that floor hatch, as you pass over it, seems to be a rusted iron grate that's set into the corridor floor, similar to the one that you saw when you were in that other temple, the one with the wooden grates as you passed over it.
Yeah.
Through its bars, though, you can see some muddy water flowing slowly past underneath.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I'll make note of that, but I'll
Keep moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you move along, you notice that you come to the end of this hallway, and at the end of this hallway, you notice that it's almost a window, a crystal window that you can see through. So there are creepers and vines that seem to cling to the walls of this corridor, at the end of which, where you are right now, is an arched crystal window. It's about 6 feet wide and 10 feet high.
Okay.
Through it, you can see a dark chamber. It's hard to tell what's on the other side, but yeah, you can. It's a bit of a dark chamber in there.
Okay, guys, there's a chamber of some sort. Yeah, but there's a window preventing us from getting through.
So
I guess we could either attempt to break the window, or we maybe just go the way Animal was and maybe walk around through one of the corridors. Maybe
Talking about just like a regular glass window.
Yeah, it looks like it's made of crystal, but you can imagine it's pretty similar to a regular glass window, just maybe a little bit stronger.
Fair enough.
I think I agree with you going the way where Animal is. I mean, should we be breaking stuff inside here?
I don't think so.
Probably a good idea not to raise alarm.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Try and go as undetected as possible. I think it's a good idea.
I think you're onto something. Keep pushing back your way and see where the other corridors can take us.
Lead the way, Animal.
Alright.
Okay.
Walk back into the open, and which way do you guys want to go? Left or right, or straight across to the other side?
So coming back out there, Animal, and
Yes.
just looking around again. Do you notice sort of down below? You can't just jump off there. it's super deep, so you want to come back up probably. Otherwise you'll die unless you want to do that. Looking down on the lower levels, you notice probably 2 levels below you. You see a hunched figure glaring up at you from a balcony below. So I'm talking, if I ping it for you, let me ping it. I don't know if it's on the stream yet, but it's sort of down.
Skull is, but
down there, but it's actually, it's not the skull itself, but it's actually it's on a lower level, so 2 levels below. But it's at that point, and you see a hunched figure glaring up at you from the balcony below. You can pretty comfortably tell, if you give me a history check, what race that thing is.
Ain't good.
Cocked. That's fucking worse. History 6.
Okay, so thinking about all the places you've travelled, you can tell pretty comfortably that thing's about as tall as a dwarf would be. But having it looking up at you, you notice it's wearing a mask. That mask seems to be the replica of the devil face on the tomb entrance that you saw earlier. And without saying a word, it steps out of the light and out of sight and seems to move away from that lower level, so you can no longer see it.
How is it? Just like a level down?
2 levels
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, if you go down 2 levels, you probably be able to find it. Yeah.
Something knows we're here. Something I have a feeling is not gonna be friendly.
Did you wave at it? Maybe just wave.
It's gone now, but
Did you want to
yeah, look like
chase
a
after
dwarf.
it, or
It's 2 levels down. Maybe we don't. I don't.
Or do we want to check out this level first?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We make our way slowly. Like, it knows we're here, so it's not on it, I don't think. And
Look, and if it wanted to attack us straight away, it would have. It wants to
Yeah.
those into an opportunity.
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
I
So
think
where
we
do
stay
we
away
wanna
from
go? Do
combat
we-
as much as possible?
Do we want to go to the north or do we want to go
Well,
across?
maybe we go north, and then we can come back around and go across.
Sounds good.
Up this way.
Lead the way.
I think I'm.
Drash, shouldn't you be in front?
I'm not exactly the best looker, but okay.
But you are the strongest.
Why is the fog of war all funny?
I don't know where you're at. Let me,
I'm up north.
let me click on you. Oh, that's probably a little bit weird because of how it's
map is.
drawn. Yeah, just if you
Yeah.
walk a little bit further, you'll be fine. I think it should work out. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's like a
It's
single.
at the corner.
channel.
Yeah, it's at the corner. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Should
that's
get,
better.
it should get better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk to.
Cool.
what
It's
is
a
that
skull
there?
on the map. What does that mean? It's ominous.
Kill it with fireball.
So as you get around that corner, you walk along. You notice that there happens to be on just sort of like ahead of you, there seems to be this sort of skeleton that seems to be walking along. As it notices you, it runs further into the tomb and starts trying to get away from you. Now that's where that skull is, right? So that's just sort of
Yeah.
letting you know. Now
And it's run. Which way did it run? North or south?
it ran to the south to try and get
Okay.
away from you. And if you want to chase it, you can. But also, I can tell you what's in this room if you'd like to know instead.
Was it a massive skeleton?
I'd say it's like a person-sized skeleton. Like, as in it's just sort of walking around and is trying to be undetected. It seems sketchy. Like it's like if you saw someone on the street and you were walking on the same side of the road, they're the ones that would cross the road while they're looking at you and they're scared.
Yeah.
was pretty
Yeah. Did you guys
too
find it
far
weird
away.
that a skeleton would run away from us?
It is a bit weird, but I mean,
Seems a bit
he
smart.
might have just seen me and think, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna try and take that guy on.
Could have. Seems a bit smart for a skeleton, but
Not wrong.
I'm gonna
In-
walk
in
further
my
into the
belief,
room.
The skeletons are like a beacon to lure wandering souls towards darkness. So
I'm
Could be.
gonna follow in behind Animal.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out this room.
Okay, so you've got into this room. Now, if looking around this room, you notice that a rusting statue of a knight stands at the west end of the hall, gripping an iron shield, and shards and flakes of rusted metal cover the floor around the statue's feet. So that's basically where that star is. On your map.
Yeah.
So that's
Ooh.
so there's currently a statue of a knight standing there, and it's just rust everywhere all over
Yep.
the floor. It's pretty much most of the things that you see in this room.
I'm gonna go north. Seeing as I can kind of see into that room, I'm gonna go north and have a look in this room. Yeah.
Okay, you wanna go north?
Yep.
I just want to peer down the other hallway.
So as in you want to go to the south?
I just want to look down the hallway.
Just
I don't
look
wanna
down there?
walk-
Okay,
Yeah,
alright,
yeah,
yeah. So you're gonna see what you're gonna just want to stand like there and look down. Is that what you're talking
Oh
about?
no, I want to like have my back against the corner.
Oh, and just like do a peer around.
Yeah. Because I know the old Skelly
Yeah.
boy went that way. So
Yeah. Cool. So let's do animals first, and then we'll do yours. I think
Sounds good.
Yeah. Because I need to put a skelly block in there so you can actually see him. This can be the skelly for now. Oops. Hang on 1 second. One moment. Quickly close your eyes, boys. I need to turn fog off for 1 second.
Alright.
Oh, I can see everything.
Okay, fog's back on. All right. All right. So that can be the little skelly down there. Let me change.
Oh, no. That's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He looks not like a skeleton, but he's a cool little character we'll put there. Now,
I'm imagining skeletal.
yeah. But yeah, just imagine that he's like a full set of bones. Actually, I might just make him a skeleton to make it a little bit easier to know.
Bony boy.
Let me quickly do that. Skelly.
Hey, there, bony boy, hanging out down the...
Let's make him... Which type of skeleton do we want to make him?
Oh, I'm in the walls.
Let's try this. Let's try that. Alright, he's actually a skeleton now.
Alright.
Looks kind of weird, but he's a skeleton. Okay, so let's go back to where Animal is. So, Animal, as you look into that next room, as you walk in, you see a large fountain that seems to be crusted with moss. It's rising sort of in the center of the middle of this circular room. You see 3 marble maidens standing in the fountain, holding pitchers of which water flows out. So you've got like a little statue in the middle with 3 maidens with water flowing out of them.
Yep.
That's sort of what you see in this room.
That's it.
That's currently what you see, yes. But there are, unless you look around, that's pretty much what you can see on the first look. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk all the way in, and I'm gonna have a better look around.
Okay. So, as you walk into here, you notice that the water below looks almost pristine, like as in a river that you would have drank from before, or a fountain you would have drank from before. A lot better than the water you saw out in the river that you saw earlier, the one that was underneath the room, underneath the grate. Yeah, that was pretty muddy and stuff. But here you can see it's pretty decent looking drinking water.
Yep. Alright, gonna put my hand in it, see if it does anything to my hand.
As you put your hand in there, it seems just to feel like normal water.
Alright, I'm gonna take a scoop in my hand, I'm gonna drink it.
Alright. I'm gonna roll you a d4.
Oh, no.
And if something bad happens, like I get poisoned or something, I'm instantly gonna cast Greater Restoration.
Okay. So as you drink from that water, you seem to lose the ability to speak for 8 hours. But
again,
is Greater Restoration? Does that include a somatic element where you have to speak?
Verbal.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it might be hard to cast Greater Restoration if you.
If I'd noticed did my voice go like instantly, or did it kind of like, could I tell it was going? And it would have
been going as you were drinking. So you probably would have noticed pretty quick if you were talking while you were drinking. I don't know how many people do that.
No. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So you lose the ability to speak for 8 hours.
Yep.
But yeah, just for the clerics in the party, there is a chance you can use the lesser restoration if you have that to actually cure that. Just out of the side DM mouth there.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing on.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't have it prepared.
Thanks. What kind of fucking cleric are you, man?
I've got a greater.
Animal, you can't speak right now, so...
Yeah. Did you mute my mic? Yeah, great.
Nah, you're not muted.
Okay.
Oh, I can.
Just mute yourself.
Him in real life.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna walk back out into the room.
Okay.
And just like point at my throat and be like,
What's... Oh.
And I'm gonna open my mouth as if I'm trying to speak, and like nothing's gonna come out.
Oh, he's lost his voice again.
As he opened his mouth, I just start speaking for him, like. Oh, voice is totally fine.
As in, are you pretending to be him, or you just want to make fun of him?
Pretending to be his voice.
I mean, we can probably pull off a performance check there if you actually want to say
mate,
something.
I am 100% gonna try that.
All right, give us a performance check then.
Oh no, I have -3. Oh no, that's a 7.
Okay. So as you do that, everyone looks at you, noticing that you're just taking the piss of someone that cannot speak.
Oh god. This guy.
Well, but anyone see where that skeleton went?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
down
Paxidor
here.
sees it going down south.
Aren't we gonna try and help Animal?
Well,
Oh, wait.
if there's an enemy down here,
He might
one
need to
problem
speak.
at a time.
Alright, I have an idea, guys. Follow
Yeah.
me on this one. I pull out my book.
Okay.
I attempt a spell from my book, directed towards Animal.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Which
Do you want some assistance there?
Let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, can you roll me a d12, please, HP?
I can. Yep. I can.
I'm gonna die now, aren't I?
Probably.
Yep. You got a 2.
Okay. Let's, what was it, Arcana you wanted me to roll to see if it works?
Yeah. I can't see if it works. Yep.
It's fireball.
Oh, that's a 14.
Okay. So that would go off pretty much without a hitch. Yep. What are you
Oh,
trying
that
to do?
hitch? I am so sorry. I am attempting to use the, I have a spell in there called Message. So I'm attempting to use that, but instead I put my hand up and point to him as if I'm going to speak. And instead a Eldritch Blast comes out of it.
Fair enough.
That's a
Motherfucker.
13 plus like whatever the spell modifier would be, so I don't know, maybe 2, so 15.
Wait, you wouldn't have
Yeah,
a spell
that hit.
modifier.
I wouldn't, so 13, be straight up.
Still hits him.
Ah, miss.
Oh,
Miss.
Oh, thank God.
13 misses. by
and as
just.
soon as it goes off, I'm like, that wasn't what I meant to do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to send a message.
You need to stop playing with magic.
I think I read the spell wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Let me try that again.
No, don't.
Okay. I won't do it anymore. Fucking
All right. So
bunch of pussies.
So your Eldritch Blast misses him just by that much, and you
I'm
apologize
so sorry.
profusely. Okay, given that Pax was looking at the Skelly, I think Pax can go first. What do you want to do about this skeleton?
What's he doing?
He's just sort of hiding down in the corner. He's basically trying his best to remain sort of undetected, even though he knows that you saw him run down here. He's just trying to hide.
Hey, mate. What are you doing? I'm gonna stand in the hallway.
Standing in the hallway.
I'm just trying to converse with him.
This is the most typical horror movie thing I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Something in the corridor. Yo, mate, how's it going?
So, looking down there at him, he seems a little weirded out by the fact that someone is talking to him in general.
Hey,
But looking
buddy.
at him from that distance, give me a what's a good way? Give me a nature check, because you've probably seen a skeleton in your life before. Give me a nature check to try and remember what one looks like, because he looks a little different.
16.
Okay, so looking at him, he looks pretty much like a standard skeleton, although his head, with it, where his throat connects, sort of, so his neck, so where his head connects to his body, it actually looks like it's almost like a key shape. His neck.
What?
So his head's like the bit you twist, and his neck is the bit
Key.
you put in, right? And that's
Okay.
kind of what it looks like, but it's connected still to his rib cavity and stuff, and he looks a little worse for wear, but he
Yeah,
looks like
okay.
he's like, oh man, let's stay away from this.
Hey, buddy. How you going? I'll take another step in.
As you take a step towards him, he sort of moves back further and looks a little bit more scared. And he leans up against the wall, and you notice that his legs, instead of being vertical, start walking horizontally up the wall, as if he almost is defying gravity and starts walking up the wall, like he's currently sort of walking horizontally up the wall.
I like sheath my staff and try and go like as threatening as possible. Look, I don't have any bones to pick with you. If you just want to come down and have a go.
Oh jeez! Wow.
No bones. Oh, fuck.
Oh wow.
If you just want to come down, we can have a talk. You know, it's fine.
Oh jeez. That's
I hope that hurt everybody.
So as you hurt everybody with that psychic damage in real life, you walk up close to him, and he still climbs up a little bit higher above you. He's not trying to run as far. He's a little bit less timid, but he ends up being up on the roof above you, and he's
Yep.
sort of now vertical, looking down at you, like still scared but trying to keep his distance. If that makes any sense.
Hey, come down. Come on, come here, buddy.
Come, my lady.
Just try and
And-
coax him down.
The more that you say to him, the more he kind of starts to become okay with you. But he's pointing at his voice box like he doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't have the ability to speak to you.
Okay. I pull out some chalk out of my bag, and I like write on the wall like hello, and then I pretend to pass the chalk. Or I like try and pass the chalk to him.
Okay. So he like, you gonna throw it to him because he's up on the roof.
Well, I'm not going to, because I'm trying to get him to come.
All right, cool.
Chalk
So you're
up
gonna
in
pass
the
the
air?
chalk to him. So as you start to sort of coax him, he walks back down and sort of walks down that horizontal bit, and then walks back down to the floor and walks towards you.
Mm-hmm.
He walks up to sort of arm's reach and sort of reaches out for the chalk, and tries to grab it from you.
Yeah, I just let him take it.
Okay. So as you let him take that, he reaches towards the wall and he starts drawing. He draws on the wall. Firstly, he starts trying to draw a picture, and he starts to realize that it's probably not going to sink in that easily. But he tries to draw a picture anyway, and what it looks like on the wall, give me an intelligence check to see if you can try and figure out what he's trying to draw on the wall.
Alright.
It's a little bit fuzzy what he's trying to draw. He's
12?
a skeleton after all. Okay, so looking at what's on the wall, you can see he's trying. What he seems to be trying to draw is, it seems like it almost looks like a little bit of a hag. Like he's trying to draw like a hag there,
Right.
and he seems to draw another two of them, as in like they're kind of working together. And he's drawn these on the wall like this. That's something to do with his story.
Right. Okay.
Is this meant to be a link to Mayfast?
I mean, it could be.
I think there might be two hags somewhere on this level that might have hurt this skeleton key boy.
Well, it's three that he's drawn in the end. Yeah.
Three
Yeah.
hags.
And I start stomping up and down and like trying to get everyone's attention to point behind me at the fountain.
Give me a, I guess, is it a persuasion check? Do you guys reckon would be fair there, or do you reckon it should be a performance check to get your attention?
Performance.
Performance!
All right, let's do a
To get your
performance check.
attention, yeah.
Performance check from mild animal there, if possible.
That's mod 20.
Mod 20. So animal makes a pretty decent commotion and he's stomping. So you guys would be pretty aware that this is going.
Jumping up and down.
It's up to you guys if you want to
So,
go with it or if you want to ignore it.
Animal,
back
what
at
are you pointing at?
And I turn around and I kind of walk over to the statues and I like point at them that are in the fountain.
I follow him, and what I do is I get like a little bit of like a cup or like a rag, and I pour it, and I go to hand it to Animal, as in like, hey, drink it, it should fix it.
So what did you pour on the rag?
So I'm collecting water from it.
Oh, you're collecting water out of the. Yep,
And
and you're
basically
pouring
like
it. Yep.
the classic if you just drink it again, it should fix yourself.
Okay, cool. Not a bad idea.
I shake my head and I just drink it again. for shits and gigs.
You just drink it again, do you?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But then I'm
For
like trying
content.
to point at the statues and then point back at the drawing as if they're the same thing.
Okay, all right. That's
Find out what happens.
That's
Fair
the
enough.
message I'm trying to
So-
convey.
as you drink it again.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
As you drink it again, you need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
rubbish. I'm going to use a luck feat. Yeah, boy, 11.
11.
11. It was
That-
two. It was 2 to begin with.
That is so unfortunate. I am sorry. Okay, let me just find my dice.
Causing everyone's demise.
These two. Two.
So what's his
and-
rolling? I'm lagging a little bit.
I am rolling because the D4 that I rolled happened to land on.
He's
Number
rolling
number
how
one.
much I die.
It roll, so normally there is a good one. There is two good ones, right?
I'm
Actually,
just going to
there's
keep
two good
drinking it
ones.
until I get it.
Yep, there's two good ones, but the two that you've got so far are not good. So we've rolled the first set of dice. So
Jeez.
that's 2, 7, 4. It's 11. 7. It's 21. 24 plus 12, 36,
Oh,
45.
Holy shit!
56 necrotic damage on the failed save, unfortunately, there. And that is necrotic damage that you're taking because of the old 50-50, and you've managed to hit both of the bad ones.
So how much damage?
50 necrotic damage.
50.
Yes.
Woo!
That is a yiko.
I'm just up.
oh, Jesus, man.
I'm just gonna stab him to put him out. Like, nah.
Holy
Man.
shit!
That's some
Animal, I will
damage.
deal with you after I finish with this skeleton.
I'm going to sit on the floor. Oh.
and I grab a bit more of the water and I go,
As in, you want to offer him some more?
like I'm gonna pretend to pick up water from it, and
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, can I take out of him a little
Would you like to try again, animal?
Nah, shake my head. I can't.
Wow. Like a guy at the end of a bender. Oof. No more.
I'm just going to lie down in the fetal position.
Okay,
So,
alright.
I'm just gonna grab some of the water from it, and I'm gonna go towards the an ass animal. Do I put this on the knight or the rust, or what do I do?
Are you asking this to animal?
Yeah, okay. So I'm just
Okay,
gonna
sure.
grab a bit of the water,
Mm-hmm.
take a gamble here, and I'm gonna head over towards where the rust is.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour a bit of water on some of the rust items, the ground, on the floor.
Okay. So as you pour it onto the ground on the floor, the water seems to hit the rust, and the bits that you hit seem to disintegrate. Like they just start to wash away and really start to sort of it sort of cleans up the floor in front of you, essentially.
Alright, I'm going to go back and forward to wipe out all the rust until I get to the night. And
Okay.
then I'm going to say to the team, hey guys, prepare just in case this night comes back to life, but I think this is how we get further into this place.
Okay.
And then once I say that, I grab some water and I pour on the top of the night.
Okay, sure. So
And then I
as
take
you
4 steps back.
I'm seeing animal laying down in the fetal position. I'm gonna assume he's not feeling too great, and I'm gonna cure wounds on him just at first level to give him a little bit of help.
Okay.
That's a pretty good roll. 11.
Sure.
Sweet.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dabbles with
And
my.
then I'll just sort of stay with him, just sort of
Nurse his sore head.
nursing him. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, as you tip the water onto the knight statue sort of thing, the knight itself,
Yeah.
you notice that the rust starts to sort of get pulled off the metal, and you start to see this pristine looking set of armor that's sort of sitting there.
Anything else?
It doesn't seem to come to life or anything. It's just armor sitting there in the corner as looking like a knight.
And I turn towards him and goes, who wants a set of armor?
What type of armor does it look like?
Steel.
Looks like plate armor. Yeah.
Oh, plate armor, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wear that. I don't think. That's heavy armor, isn't it?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I can't wear that.
I don't want it.
I can't wear it anyway.
I'm just going to remove the hand from it.
Okay.
Does
Do you have any metal items on you at the moment?
I would say like spoons and forks and shit.
What's
Well,
the
but,
staff
like
made of?
so they're sort of in your bag. The staff's wooden.
Oh, lucky.
like
Oh,
nothing
wait.
of significance.
Okay, so your bag is full of some random metal items from your
Yeah,
travels.
like
Belt
I don't have
buckle.
any
Coins
like,
count as metal?
Coins do count as metal.
Okay, then I've got like 4 gold pieces because I've got.
Okay. As you come closer to try and touch the you're trying to get closer to the skeleton, it's not the skeleton, the armor. Sorry. It senses your metal in your bag pretty quickly and reaches out, grabs your bag, and throws it across the room. And then it regains its composure.
Oh.
Interesting. I go grab my bag.
hmm
I make the sad walk over, pick my bag.
Yep.
Sad walk back. Maybe if enough metal, it will make it fully.
hmm
I don't know. How are you going with that key man thing?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to draw
Yeah,
more
let's
things.
let's check. Let's talk back to Pax. So Pax, you are closer to that guy that's currently still got his little chalk and he's drawing on the wall.
Yep, I want to see what
Um,
else he's drawing.
So he's drawn those 3 hags that you've seen on the wall.
Yeah.
Below the hags, he's drawn a cage, and in that you can see a basically, from what you can tell, a person. Though this person isn't a skeleton at the time, but you can see that it's a person.
Mm-hmm.
And right next to that, he sketches in really rough sort of skeleton-like writing. You see him write "me" and write an arrow next to it, and then next to the arrow, you see him draw a skeleton. So as in he says that the witches have kept him in that.
Yeah, and
Basically,
turned him into a skeleton.
a skeleton because he's been there for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I draw the key that is his head, neck thing,
Yep.
and then I do like a question mark next to it.
Okay, so as you do that, he looks at the key, which is his neck, and next to it, he starts to draw 5 other sort of shapes, so to speak. Now the shapes that he is drawing, let me quickly find them.
Yeah, a bit of
I have it.
advertising on the stream. Someone's watching something.
Someone is watching something.
Cameron's playing Twitch.
Well done, Chris. Playing advertising on the stream. Chris is watching something.
I forgot you had it open.
well done, Chris.
I just watch like all of a sudden Google pops up. And I'm like, what's he gonna
That
start
was
looking
the
at?
wrong Google.
Lucky that was PG.
Very
On tonight's episode of Pornhub Premium.
Anyway, what you see him draw, he seems to draw some shapes next to him. The shapes that are next to him, you see a triangle, a square, a pentagon, a hexagon, and an octagon. So you see 5 shapes in total.
Was that
Yeah.
6, 10, 12?
Pentagon is 5, then
Oh,
6,
okay.
then 8. Yep. So you've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 basically, right? No 7, no 7. Just an 8. So he draws them next to him, right? Now off those shapes, you see him draw key heads. So so those shapes are the twisty part of the key, right? So the bit that you twist on a key. And then he points to his own neck, and you notice that the shape of his own neck is none of those shapes. You see he's just got like a regular rectangle going on there, instead of where you would assume that triangle or the square, depending on the hexagon or the octagon, would be. Almost like he is being placed here as you could say a
Red herring.
almost a red herring that they're trying to sort of show you that that they're going to place these all around the place, but if you don't find the right ones,
We're fucked.
you're fucked, basically. Yeah.
So he's
You're
useless.
fucking dead dog.
Well, he might not be telling the truth, right? Like you need to be careful there. He might not be.
Remember, boys,
Yeah.
this is the Tomb of Annihilation, not Tomb of Happy Fun Time.
Mhm.
I can't exactly insight someone talk.
No, it's difficult, right? It's a difficult.
Okay, so 3 like hexagonal shapes, all touching each other,
That's all.
and then his key neck thing in the center.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to do?
Hey, buddy, why don't you come with us? Tag along with us. We'll keep you safe.
Now
Little
he
do we
looks
know that this is
he
the real
he
villain
looks
of the
he
Tomb
looks
of
he looks towards you,
Mhm.
and he sort of reaches out to you with the chalk to hand it back to you.
Yeah.
And he sort of seems timid still. He looks beyond you, and he sort of like holds his hands up, like he's kind of uncertain about the people behind you, but he seems to trust just you.
Okay, I kind of wrap my arm around his bony shoulders and as I walk down the hallway, hey guys, look, I got a boner.
Oh God! Wow. Jesus, shocking.
Can we call that a night?
I feel like we need to apologise to the stream.
That's right. Tomb of Annihilation is officially over.
It's 11, and that's come on.
But that is a good point. We will wrap it pretty soon. So as you walk with him, and he walks back out with you to the front of people, and you're kind of next to him, I guess, holding his shoulder.
Yep.
He looks around. He feels a little more comfortable with you, and given that you're in a pretty good spot to call the stream, we're going to call the stream for tonight, and we're going to continue next week. But I hope anyone that's enjoyed it tonight follows us and is here next week, because we're going to continue going through this tomb and figure out what happens during our version of Tomb of Annihilation. It's a bit different to the standard one.
Does it feel knowing that we have the major villain next to us?
But yeah, there's definitely some stuff going on, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So,
Yeah.
if anyone has anything to say in stream, we're currently kind of out of character, so say whatever you want, and we're
So what do you reckon, like 2 to 3 sessions a level at this rate?
Mate, it depends how far you go. I reckon, probably 2 to 3 sessions a level. Yeah.
Chris determined 6 to 8 weeks, so we have to get this spot.
I was just throwing a date out there.
He was
That's
putting
it.
some burners under you.
No.
You're right.
We're not starting until after this is done, so it goes at its whatever pace it goes at.
Don't worry, guys. By the time that we start Chris's, we'll be in lockdown stage 10. So.
Yeah. But we will be back. We will be back. Anyone that's watching next week. So if you want to find out when we're live, definitely follow us. We're going to have this on YouTube later in the week if you missed any part of the session. And follow us on Facebook or Twitter as well, because we've got all those sort of socials going on. But thank you for checking us out, and it's been lovely. Thank you for all the follows. There's quite a few new follows tonight. Thank you everybody for being interested.
Go have a look at our sponsors, check them out.
And
and if you want to see when our next stream is, if you go to our Twitch page, there's actually a little countdown timer in the bottom corner somewhere down there. That you can actually see exactly when our next game is, so you can time it to the minutes.
So we are going to actually host someone on the way out as well. So who should we raid today, guys?
What do we got?
Let's find a D&D stream to raid today.
All right, let's since we can do this now.
I reckon we raid wisdom saves. They've got 28 people going on. Yeah, let's raid wisdom saves.
Get him, guys. Get him.
Eat them.
We gonna do that?
Yeah.
Puppy.
All right.
Come here.
Just give us a...
Oh.
Get that raid going. Anyone that's still around, make sure you check them out. They're very cool as well. So give them a follow as well, and make sure you check back in next week, and we will be here. And thank you for watching.
Yeah.
There we go. We're going.
Bye-bye.
We're going. Now you can watch the infinite pictures of us.
Yeah.
Thank you
We're
everyone for
reading.
checking us out today.
I don't think the stream could get any better than this.
So if you just drop out cable, I won't drop out as much because it was like before we got into the tomb, every 4 word was a static, and I'm sitting there just like I'm probably gonna die from something, but.
And spam the doggos.
My fucking ears. Oh yeah, I can do doggos.
Cool.
I can do doggos. Doggos.
Now, did I fail my exam for what?
I like how their thing actually says hi to everyone that joins the stream. That's very cool.
Where's that?
Hi, they're dying.
It pops up saying hi Samuel Mark, hi Magma Rabbit, hi HP the Great,
Yeah.
hi Dungeons Dragons Doggos.
No
She popped it
kidding.
up. Yeah, their little dragon thing does it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That's a pretty sick looking dragon. One day we'll be on that level.
We're gonna get there. Yeah, all the things in good time.
Man, we had quite a few people watching tonight. They were really
12
interested.
by the end.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't think we'd go so well with an out of person stream, but we did probably decently.
I think that 3D software that you found
Helps a lot, right? Helps heaps.
Astral.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely heaps good.
Dave's having a blurry camera.
It's almost worth like doing
For the real campaign.
doing it online all the run
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely. I
But
definitely
then,
like
like,
that.
face to face is just so much
Oh,
fun.
face to face.